Hey everybody, we're finally live after a slight amount of stuff. What?
Is that recording?
Oh yeah, we need to record on the mixer as well.
Beep boop.
Hey everybody, it is Friday, only 20 minutes late, which is a new record for us maybe?
I feel like it
It's
can't
not.
possibly
It's
be.
really not.
No.
Bizarre
Is
amount.
that a record for being late or
Yes.
like on time?
No.
Oh, okay.
On time, I think 7 minutes probably.
Oh, okay.
This is Asking for a Friend, the advice show on our Lonely Hearts Club Band Day. That's a sentence I made words from. Jan hates everything.
Yeah,
And make
yeah.
things to make him hate it.
Well, this is not a good day for me. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
No?
well, normally there are two people here. There's Sam,
at
there's
least two
me,
people here.
and then there's another guy. That other guy has a relationship, so he's not here because it's Valentine's
and
Day.
He's talking about a certain movie.
All right, really?
What?
You had to bring
No,
up
no,
that
no. But
already?
I'm not saying the name.
Great.
Who? What? Oh,
Tweety.
oh
His
yeah.
fascination
What?
with that movie about a
That
geometric
show
object.
Which
remain
what?
unnamed.
I can't even.
What are you making? That is
is
a
that? That
sort of
could-
an
It's a square.
That
A
could be
square.
her or
Oh,
the Lego
square.
movie.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So,
The-
both awesome.
No, it's
by
a
the way.
documentary. Oh, have you seen this one?
Oh, yeah.
Let me actually introduce everyone.
Sure.
So, Robert Chen, our resident spiritual advisor, sitting in for Ryan Tweedy, and now the lover of the square, apparently. Jeff Fu from Wreckless Eating.
Oh boy. I'm not taking over
You
for
are
Tweety.
now the spokesperson of the square.
Yeah, and you're also going to have to pimp his
'cause-
Huskers movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
do?
love the Huskers now.
Yep.
And you're a redneck, which is weird.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm a Chinese redneck.
They exist. They are
I
terrifying
confirm it's
beasts.
red Chinese neck.
Oh,
There's
that's
only,
got-
Different
there's
thing.
only
Super
three
racist,
of, there's only
real
three of
quick.
us that exist.
And our super racist guest,
Hi, everybody.
aka Professor Puppet. Well, I guess you're not Professor Puppet.
Professor
You
Puppet is
are-
in the building.
He's your
I'm not sure how they
right-hand
could work him
man,
into
if you
this
will.
setup, but,
So,
he's around.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
All
I'm
right.
sure it'll be a clean segue, right? into
I'm
that.
sure. They cut to the studio, yeah.
Yeah. So, but you have your own channel. You have the Professor Puppet channel, and you have.
I do
Rocket
MW
Pictures.
Gray, which
Oh,
is the Mark
MW
W.
Gray,
Gray
yeah,
channel,
mhm.
where I do vlogs and how-to videos and all kinds of stuff. And my short films are all there. My commercials are there. Directing, any kind of actual filmmaking that goes there. Professor Puppet is,
His
an
own-
online personality.
Yeah, I mean he's a bossy guy.
He's a bossy guy.
Who's more successful?
Gee, it's funny you should ask because Professor Puppet has way more subscribers,
Right,
like 6 times as many.
but not as many views.
But total views, it's
Yeah.
about even.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a couple of really evergreen things that have
Nice.
like 150,000
Oh, yeah?
views.
What kind of
like how to. I made a skirt out of duct tape with my daughter
Oh,
like 5
sure.
years ago
Mhm, yeah.
for Comic-Con.
That's good.
Like 3 rolls of duct tape to
anything
make
you
this
throw the
cool
word
skirt.
Comic-Con in, I think that gets it.
And that's like duct tape. People love how to do stuff. So that has just grown just really steadily for the last 4 years. And we just did the sequel. We made the Vanellope Von Sweets dress from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh,
which looks like a
okay,
chocolate peanut butter cup,
Oh,
know.
That's good.
So that's like a lot of chocolate colored duct tape.
Gotcha.
But that's a big hit. Those I do those. A lot of time goes into them, and they kind of grow and last forever. The
Right.
Professor Puppet stuff, more subscribers, but they get like as many hits as they get, and then they are
They
forgotten.
fade away and
you
then
know?
go out. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. Jeff, do you guys have your whole channel? If you don't know, Jeff from Wreckless Eating is they eat horrible things.
Yes,
And then-
I get to torture people with food.
Yeah. Do you have that sort of evergreen versus trending topic?
Not really. We've done a couple little tentpole events where there's been like something that involves food
Yeah.
that we can turn into a challenge.
Right.
Like when that Hot Cheetos and Takis song came out, we
I
just
have
decided to
no
do a
idea
challenge
what that
on
is.
that, and that was one of the worst videos we've ever done.
It sounds like a
And,
terrible idea.
Yeah, a couple
food-wise.
100,000 views easily.
Okay.
With no issue.
What's your top video? Is your top video right now a compilation of pukes?
No, the top video I think is the Goliath worms.
is that,
Giant green worms that make Matt scream.
What,
Are
like,
they food or
worm-
animals?
yes.
You eat them?
They're alive?
Big.
you still didn't answer the question.
Are
Big
they
does
for
not
real-
answer the
are
question.
they actual worms or gummies?
No, they're actual worms.
Oh, I hate this already.
So you're
Wait,
eating
and you
living
eat them?
creatures.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
That's
Oh
gross.
God!
of course it is.
That's the point, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to? Oh
Oh, God, that's
I literally thought you were turning around to show me somebody's legs and socks.
What?
Oh, they're caterpillars.
Okay.
Is what they are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
finger-sized
large.
caterpillars.
They're about that long. They're about
Goodness.
Yeah, it's
4 or 5 inches long.
It's sort of that. I actually didn't know that's what those were called, but those are a very sort of prominent.
the size of really
caterpillar.
large
Like when you
green
think of a
beans.
caterpillar, it's either the fuzzy one or that green thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
We
Caterpillar store?
raided the Alice in Wonderland prop set house, and we basically eat anything that is involved with
Gross.
cartoons and animation. Now,
Nice.
that would be funny.
Giant robots.
Yeah, use some giant robots.
So are we live now? Are we on
Yeah,
the air?
no,
Is
we're
this
live.
going on?
This is going on.
Can we see how many people are watching or logged in or anything?
Denny can actually on the other screen that he's got. It should. If you scroll up, there's an analytics tab.
I had a tab of
My
analytics
up is
earlier.
actually up.
Whoa,
I don't
it's just
have
kicking
flight
in.
on it. Yeah. I'm going to scoot over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, we might have another comment.
Comment. But yeah, so if you're watching this, you should be able to comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And question.
it is a very special day for probably no one in this room except me, who I came here anyway. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
You have
no,
a
I
wife,
do.
too.
Sorry
You
to
made
my
your special
wife.
Day, yeah, to ordinary day.
Who did post about that on her Facebook?
Yeah. How did she take it?
Oh, not well.
Oh, really?
Not well at all.
Did you lay some groundwork or kind of prepare?
Yeah,
or-
no, we have a plan B. So,
Which involves him buying lots of jewelry on the way home.
well, I was able to surprise her with flowers this morning that she was not expecting.
Oh, that's nice. She wasn't really.
No, because like literally, I'm gonna bash a prominent flower distributing website
Uh-oh.
that starts with pro and ends with something that rhymes with hours. They mailed everyone in my neighborhood and probably everyone else like a $20 off coupon. Enter this code. I went and I entered the code, and it was like, this code is invalid or has been used. I then was like, oh, well, it's all caps, so I tried it in all caps. I then replaced all the O's with zeros. I then tried it in lowercase with all the O's and never went through. And I was like, well, I can't. I don't have time now to have this thing delivered next day, basically. But yesterday after my job, I was able to sneak to a Ralph's and they actually had like a few lone bouquets just hanging out. And I was like, done.
Every street corner you could get
Yeah,
flowers
you know, it's
and
funny because on my way
hideous
here,
bear, you know.
there was like literally 2 blocks from my house, just a lady with some buckets of roses. And I was like, well, damn.
When I was single, before I was married, I'm single now, but I was married for 14 years.
So this is going to be good advice, right?
No, I used to buy flowers for my girlfriend in like
Yeah.
1989.
Sure.
But I'd buy them from the guy with the bucket by the
Yeah.
overpass, as you get on the freeway,
Yeah,
because it was
$10
$1
for
for a
one.
rose or something.
Yeah.
And
Or 10 for a dozen,
but they
something
stink.
like
They
that.
smell like formaldehyde. And she's like, these smell like. I was like, oh, I got it from the guy at the gas station. She was like, well, you should buy me flowers that cost more than $1, asshole.
Or maybe just not ones that are next to gas.
Wait,
I think that's
no,
a
if they
bigger issue.
if they smell like formaldehyde and it's from a guy who's selling them by the freeway exit, that's probably a guy who stole them from a dead body or some funeral home.
Interesting. I didn't even think
you
of that.
think? Oh.
But those flowers would be okay. My prom, they got half the flowers from a mortuary. They recycle them from a mortuary.
That's
Just
disturbing.
smart shopping.
Yeah,
It's I don't. I
that's
think
just fiscally responsible.
up until the point where your inamorata figures it out and she smells dead people
Yeah.
on the flowers. That's not a good. That's not a
Yeah.
good choice.
Yeah, but I didn't buy her. Yeah, she was right. I didn't really care about her that much. That's why I bought her
Okay, well,
dollar
because
flowers from
you're
the
golden
from the
Yeah,
overpass.
you're fine. If you're trying to send a message, then
But you
absolutely
didn't even have to
that's
like
what you
go into
do.
park to get them. You just reach out the window. It was great.
You don't even stop. Just,
It just breeze by like you're in a marathon or whatever with the baton and you pass it. Grab it.
Yep. So if you're looking to get divorced, then by all
Bucket
means,
flowers from the corner.
$1 flowers.
No, forget the
from gas
flowers.
station.
The oranges. A bag of oranges.
Ooh, bag of
Even on the
oranges.
tree.
Yeah.
So that
Happy
seems
Valentine's
worse.
Day,
Yeah.
honey.
I spent money on something we already own. No, you can get. Well, I don't know. I guess they don't do that out here. I was going to say in Philadelphia, that is replaced with the soft pretzel guy.
ew, you
stands
take
on
a
the
soft
median.
pretzel.
It is actually the best soft pretzel in Philadelphia.
That doesn't
is
matter.
The guy
It's
standing on the
so-
median
ugh.
strip.
Really?
It's fantastic.
You get a lot of mustard on you, I think, eating
You'll probably
while you drive.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I say get her a bag of oranges and hunker down and watch the movie The Grifters with her for Valentine's Day.
No, I got the best steak. I found it. The heart-shaped steak from Ralph's. It's like two
that a
two
thing?
ribeyes sliced so it folds into a perfect like Valentine.
Yes, and if you look at it in the right direction, it looks like a butt.
Well, if you turn it upside down,
Yeah.
all
Well,
hearts
that
look like butts.
yeah, but that's actually that's why a heart is shaped like it is.
Yes.
It's not because it looks like the organ.
No,
it's
not
because
at all.
it resembles the buttocks of a woman, which signifies health and bountiful
getting it
children.
Making this up on the fly.
Childbearing hips.
Yes.
That is a real thing.
Half based in reality.
100%
Half
based
on
in reality.
Stuff I read on fortune cookies.
That must be a verbose fortune cookie.
That's a fortunate cookie, I'd say.
A fortunate cookie. This is the Valentine's Day show. If you are sitting at home alone watching us and you have questions on dating, relationships, anything of that nature, or anything at all, feel free to leave it in the chat room below. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Buck Roger.
What's
can,
that say?
Testicles.
What's Buck Rogers say?
Well, we can't actually hear you, but we can read
It says
you.
testicles 1 2 testicles 1 2. So
Can you
he
hear
wants
me?
the testicle
So,
festival.
yeah, if you can hear us, tell us. If you can't hear us, tell us. Though, how would you know I asked?
Because you can read lips.
Yeah, could be that way. Yeah, you can leave comments in the YouTube comment box.
I try not to move my lips very much in case I'm ever tailed by the CIA
Oh, really?
or whatever. I mean, you just got to be ready for these sorts of things. We're living in a surveillance society,
Going off
so
the
just
grid already.
I'm just being cautious.
Sure.
I like to keep my hand over my mouth when I'm talking, just so
I
make
do
it
that
easier
while
for
I'm
voiceovers.
texting.
yes, yeah. So I can be used for bad lip reading
Yeah.
videos.
That's right. Yeah, those are good.
They never do those bad lip reading videos about like Iron Man, because his mouth doesn't
Oh,
move.
sure, yeah.
Or C-3PO.
Yeah.
I mean, you put anything in there because it's like a little hole. That's
But,
You can
think
put
it's a missed
anything into a
opportunity.
little hole
yeah,
if you try hard enough.
yeah. That's you're a terrible,
What?
terrible person.
Why?
Did you?
What? Oh, I
I
see.
think the charm of those
to
bad lip reading videos is that it almost looks like they're really saying that thing.
Oh, it does. It
So if
totally
you just
does.
have a blank face, it's.
well, yeah,
I
but
think
somebody's
that
already
takes away
done
the
that.
Humor.
It's already been done, so you've got to do something that's like that because obviously it's
different.
successful, but different.
You do drunk bad lip reading and take two giant properties and smash them together.
But they did a Super Bowl commercial of bad lip reading this year.
Yeah.
It's like that. Clearly, that guy did it. 'Cause it was the same voice,
Oh, really?
and it was during the Super Bowl.
Oh.
They clearly that's
That
the
guy
ultimate
is making
YouTube
bank.
meta fame.
Yeah. Well, it seems like at least once a Super Bowl, every Super Bowl in the last 3 or 4 years, like one of those commercials is completely just internet references.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all, here's cats and.
Well, yeah, people are watching. There are people watching the Super Bowl now that watch them just for the commercials.
Sure.
Those are the sorts of people
That want that.
Yeah, that watch YouTube videos.
The Redditors.
so-
Right.
and
They did some
4chan
kind of
editors.
survey afterwards, and they said more people went to the bathroom during the game than during the commercials because they didn't want to miss the commercials.
To be fair,
Totally.
this was a good game to do that.
Yes,
Sure.
it
Because
was. You
the
didn't
the
miss
outcome
much.
from pretty much 12 seconds in
Yeah.
was
Once
not much
those
in
12
doubt.
seconds were over, the game was pretty much done.
Wow.
That's like my favorite. I don't really watch football, but when they hiked the ball and it went like right over the guy's head,
Oh, yeah.
that was like the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the floating camera was right there. Oh, that's great. That's good TV.
Yeah, I
You
missed
can
all
thank Vince McMahon and the WWE for that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that XFL, remember that's when they started really bringing cameras much closer to the game and all that. And, and then the NFL, like, all right, that's people seem
Well,
to
that
like
cable
that.
cam they invented, yeah.
Yeah, they have that. And they have people with steady cams going out like right as someone scores. So as soon as someone scores, you already see a cameraman in the end zone in the field of play.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why they don't have GoPros in the helmets yet.
Yeah.
It seems like they
Yeah.
it's not that difficult.
I
They've
was
already got
thinking-
microphones.
Yeah, I was basically not for the Super Bowl, but I was watching the Olympics, and I was like, they should just put GoPros everywhere.
They do. They've got. I've seen that. There's
Oh,
a couple.
really?
I saw
I haven't seen
some
them.
ski crash that was like from this point of view, right from the guy's
That's
head.
awful.
And it was like guy sliding down the mountain. And you see his legs like scraping
Yeah,
on,
like
the, on the
most of the guys
fantastic.
into stuff like X Games,
Yeah.
they're used to that, so they wear them anyway.
Right.
Because they know, like, oh, I want this many views on YouTube.
Right.
But, like
So
a downhill skier is
continue
never
my
going to wear
sponsorship.
something like that. Or a figure skater wouldn't wear something like that.
Well, yeah, a figure skater.
Yeah.
That would seem silly, but
But obviously, you
I
saw
know,
from
like
the video this
snowboarders
week,
and, yeah.
if you're going to lose your GoPro somewhere, make sure it's on a pig farm, like in a pig pen.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
did not see this.
Oh, that's
What
like...
is that?
It's a bunch of skydivers, and they had a GoPro, and it like got out of the guy's hand, and it flew out the door of the skydiving plane, and it was like, and it was just
Yeah,
spinning
it just
so
turns
fast.
over and it landed
that
in
it
a
sort
pig
of-
pen.
That's
But
awesome.
the weird thing
and
was
then you
spinning
see
so
the
fast,
pig
the rolling shutter sort
come
of
over.
locked on the horizon. So there were like 3 horizons.
So did the skydiver get it back, or did the pig farmer?
But it
Pig
was like,
farmer
and
found
then a
it
hog
like
started
months
eating
later.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you can see like the inside of the mouth and everything as the
Oh
pig
my
goes to
god!
chew on it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's insane. I'm just gonna do some social media pimping, so you guys should actually keep talking.
Social media pimping. That's the pimping of the future, you know.
Yeah.
It should be like a special pimp hat for social media, you know, that's, I don't know, Twitter turquoise.
And our testicle fan says he can hear us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it say that up there, or is that not?
Yeah. No. This feed is oddly
A little bit slow.
Because I can see it on the switching screen
That's
already.
odd.
Yeah.
That's why I have this here, so
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
helps a lot.
so I can see.
Fancy. So I guess we're soliciting questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we don't get a question from the room, I don't have a backlog this week because the computer's over there. But I think, what, Shane?
What?
What?
I need questions.
I can do some quick research.
Goddamn right you can do some research. Jesus Christ.
Interesting
Keep my last name
podcast
here.
questions. Hello, Google. I need some questions immediately.
I got it. There's whole websites for this shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, great.
That would be helpful.
I mean, I feel like if you're sitting home alone watching YouTube videos, you're probably not going to want to call yourself out on that so much.
Oh,
Probably not going to ask a lot of
Buck
questions.
Roger is probably not that guy's real name. You just
Buck Roger?
That seems likely.
He's probably Roger
I
Buck.
think you can,
That
just
would
create an
be a
account
cool name.
for this opportunity
Roger
to
Buck?
ask a self-effacing question.
You know what I found on Valentine's Day? I just did a whole video about like top 10 tips for Valentine's
Oh,
Day
yeah?
with Professor Puppet.
There you go.
And it's a good time to hit the dating sites, actually, because
Oh,
everybody
everyone's
is desperate. And like the more you look at OkCupid or any of those, the more you
Sure.
show up on it, just because it's like, that shows you're there and people see you. And the more they see you, the more they want to talk to you.
I was gonna
and in
say,
the last
so
week,
is this the day for compromise where people
Yes.
no longer look for like someone who's right, just someone who's good enough?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody's standards are too high, going both ways.
Sure.
Everybody wants to date up. Everybody wants to date someone who's out of their league.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so nobody syncs up because everyone, like, you want to date a girl that's really hot, but she wants to date a guy who's really rich. And he wants to date a girl who's really incredibly hot and has owns a yacht or something. And so
Yeah.
everything, so we're always kind of, if you just aimed a little lower, you might hit the target a little bit.
So we should start a dating site like that.
They have. It's called
know,
Plenty of Fish.
yeah, I was gonna
Everyone
say.
just aims completely low.
Forget about love. Let's just
Ooh.
look for people we tolerate.
Yeah.
Called Adequate Love.
Yeah, something like that.
How about just settleasshole.com?
You're not getting any younger.
Yep.
.com.
But it's like, it's not even
It's
that.
either
It's just
this
that,
or
like,
7cats.com.
the thing is, people kind of pre-disqualify dates all the time. I think. They go, well, I can't date them. They're this. Oh, they're not cute enough in
I
the
used
picture.
to,
Oh,
yeah.
before. But then if you actually got to know them, you're like, oh, they don't look anything like this hideous picture. They're really nice.
Right.
That happens all the time.
Sure.
Or, oh, that's actually a typo. They're not actually a member of the American Nazi Party.
Wait a minute. What is that typo? What did they type that you thought? And how does it even get any
Well,
better?
like,
American Navi Party, like you're a really big fan of.
Like they want to type.
I argue that is not
Totally
better.
worse.
That is
Like
not better.
I love knitting. I'm a great knitter, and they say I love Hitler. It's like a
God.
typo.
That's a lot of typos. That,
Yeah.
that takes
Well, actually,
a
on
lot.
OkCupid, I don't know if you don't know because it's been a while, but on OkCupid, they there's all these questions, these multiple choice questions that you ask that are all these kind of questions about your personality. Really.
Is one of them, yo, where's my knitters at?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's my knitters at? Yeah.
Word.
And then and like I actually went on a date with a girl. I'm like I everything about you, but there was one question where you said that creationism should be taught in schools.
Oh,
Ooh,
and I'm
that's
like,
a big one.
she's like,
Topical.
I didn't say that. I was like, she absolutely had checked that.
Ooh.
Wrong.
Wow.
And so, you can rule
Yeah,
somebody
that
out for
would-
something
I
that
would
they did by
totally
mistake.
rule that person
Hopefully, you
out.
could figure out from context clues, like if everything else was sort of on the up and up.
Yeah.
Like science is neat. Like I believe the Earth revolves around the sun.
Exactly. But
I
think
I
creationism
can
should be
feed
taught in
myself.
school.
I'm not a blithering idiot.
Yeah.
Then you can probably assume that the creation questions.
Some people don't test well, I think, and they check the wrong box.
They just freak out.
Yeah.
Okay, Cube. Yes.
They just
And it's a good learning lesson for later
get through all
because
these questions.
yeah, when they fill out the marriage license, they're going to check the wrong box.
Yeah.
It's going to say like annulment. Right
No
away.
money? Oh.
Oh, check the wrong box
Didn't
again.
even
Now we got to pay the
consummate,
$10 again.
Yeah.
Check your iPad. Is there something relevant? It looks like there's something in the thing that hasn't updated on the
I asked for
big
tweets
screen.
as well.
There
but I
it
haven't
is.
gotten any.
What do we got? Is it important? Is it good?
Yes, because Buck Roger wants to know when the strippers are going to arrive.
This is a good question. Jan?
Did we specify female strippers this time?
Who's the producer of this
Because
show?
last time it got really awkward.
Text our
The human body is a
benefactor.
beautiful thing, so
Yes.
thank you
Some of them are.
to appreciate my naked body more when I put it out there.
All right,
Thank
I
you
have a
very
question. Here we go. Get ready for this one. Hit that thing. This comes from Tadpole.
Hit that thing.
We're gonna actually test the.
Oh, I see.
clip thing.
Right. I wasn't sure who you were just saying hit that thing. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if one of us
Fine.
were supposed to
Hit
like
some things.
I thought it was a metaphor.
like turn it on. Yeah, like turn on the nitro burners or whatever. It's like we're gonna fucking take this thing on
Like,
a
all right,
ride.
punch it,
Yeah.
Chewie. Huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
The question from Tadpole is, why am I lonely on Valentine's
Because you're a
Day?
terrible human being. Next
Oh,
question.
there you
From
go.
who?
That's too bad. Tadpole.
Tadpole?
It's going by the name Tadpole.
It's a girl or a boy? Can you tell?
It does. It might say later on in the thing, but
Here's the
I'll
thing,
figure it out.
Tadpole. You're no more alone. You're no more alone today than you were yesterday or a week ago.
It's just
You
everyone
just
else has
feel it
something.
more today because everyone's making you focus on it. Mm-hmm. You know, but your situation hasn't changed.
Yes,
at
you
all.
are just as pathetic and sad as you were before.
Yes, and you have that patheticness to look forward to tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow will
It's
be
not
just
going
the
to change.
same. It will be just as terrible.
But I'm telling you, today's a good day to go out. I don't know how old Tadpole is, but tonight's a good night to go out, and actually meet people because all the kind of single people are out.
What?
Depressed,
No. Oh no! All the people out have made reservations weeks in advance, and it's all couples out now. Everybody
Yeah.
who isn't is at home
Yeah,
with Ben and Jerry's watching House of Cards,
I'm not
which
saying
came out today.
that Tadpole
Yeah,
should
that's
go out
what
to
we're gonna
Lowry's.
do later tonight.
I'm saying Tadpole should go to like a karaoke bar.
Nothing says
You know.
Valentine's Day like House of Cards.
Or Tadpole should be selling pints of Ben and Jerry's.
I think
Oh, see, yeah, that's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
talking about. You go door to door selling Ben and Jerry's, you will clean up. You will be rich, and next Valentine's Day you will have someone because you will be
just make sure it doesn't smell
successful.
like formaldehyde. There is.
Are
more-
you suggesting that people put pints of Ben and Jerry's ice cream into coffins, and that someone would then retrieve those ice creams from the
not
coffins?
Well,
suggesting
bodies are often kept in refrigerators, in morgues, as is ice cream. If you're a mortician or
I bet this has happened at least twice.
coroner.
I feel like a funeral home would have a separate refrigerator for food
Yeah,
I feel
why would
like-
you spend that extra $200.
because you don't want your tuna sandwich smelling like kidneys or rotting flesh.
Or your kidney sandwich smelling like tuna.
your kidneys, that would be
Yeah,
awful.
you
Either
wouldn't
way.
want your kidneys to smell like tuna.
No.
Gross.
No.
There is more to Tadpole's
Okay.
Of course there is.
sad,
How would I
sad
help Tadpole?
existence.
I don't.
This is a
See,
long
you're
one
fitting
to
just
start.
right in. You'll be just fine as
Yeah,
Tweety
great.
replacement.
He goes on, I'm assuming it's a he at this point. I wouldn't be asking this question if I want high. I believe was high.
If I
is
weren't
what he-
high,
If I weren't high.
No, I think he's saying if I was high because he continues with, anyway, why I'm lonely on Valentine's. Oh, anyway, why am I lonely on Valentine's Day? I'm 15 years old, just got out of rehab for meth.
Whoa!
Well, that changes things. Because, some
not
people
trying
on
to leave any of
OkCupid
this.
demand people with teeth.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's an
15
important
though,
thing.
your teeth will bounce back. I mean, you're going to lose them all at 15. How many years of meth does it take to lose your teeth? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not
Stay off the pipe, son.
not a science I know.
Yeah, does anyone
15.
have experience on that?
Coming back from rehab. Wonders why he doesn't have any. I mean, honestly,
I assume that's why he's doing meth in the first.
You know a great singles location? AA meetings.
That's true.
Really
Very
is.
true.
Actually, absolutely not. That is sort of the opposite. You're not supposed to be in a relationship when you're in AA. Also,
No, you're not.
or
But you're
rehab.
also not
That's
supposed to
why
be
it's so
doing
easy.
meth.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
That can't be
Fair
true
point.
because
Fair
people stay in
point.
AA their whole lives, and they're going to get in relationships.
well, when they're in rehab, and then there's a period afterwards where they're supposed to stay away, because then if they don't, then they take all of their energy for addiction and they put it into the person. Like the person must be everything, and they're
yeah.
consumed by the person, and then they end up transferring all that addiction behavior over to them.
So I'm just saying, if you're going to go, like the way to not be lonely. You meet people. You get into groups. You know, you make your life more.
Yes.
And the group that you
make
should be going to
friends.
anyway, Tadpole, is probably AA.
I would
You'll find people you have
argue
a lot in
maybe
common with.
he should get a hobby.
Well, probably,
maybe he should do something constructive and find someone there rather than find another addict.
No,
which
but I
is
think
probably
AA
not
actually is a
productive.
good thing for addicts to go to. I mean,
But
it's,
yeah,
It's a
there's-
bad place to meet people, though. Let's match up addicts with non-addicts so that they sort of balance each other out, rather than
but
put addict with addict. And
But if he,
Like,
he
hey,
makes
what-
addict with addict, you know you have at least one thing in common.
absolutely,
Now you can build on it.
Open
You
wounds.
Or I mean, you could argue that a house on fire, if it met another house on fire, they have something in common. Unfortunately, if you put them together, the fire get much bigger and they burn down.
wow, man. That is a metaphor. That is.
Wow, dude.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Thanks.
Does you got any other?
You got anything else there, Tadpole?
I mean,
He's
obviously,
got
there
more.
doesn't need to be anything more.
I want to help Tadpole
There's
because,
more,
you know, if
um,
you're legitimately a meth head, then you're just out of rehab on Valentine's Day. It's going to be a rough time, you know?
Yeah, okay. He goes on to say,
It goes on.
I've seen a lot of stuff I haven't seen. I don't know what that means. So don't tell me I'm not mature enough to be in a relationship.
No, you can see a lot of things
That sounds like
and
he's
not be
watched a lot
mature.
of porn.
No. I'm sure he's done some terrible things and
Yes, he's
seen some
been on
terrible
meth.
things. Yeah, on his meth binges. So I don't take
oh.
that away from him. He's got experience. Whether or not he's learned from that experience, totally different question.
The next sentence is, I was forced to be mature, which could be taken in a couple different ways.
No,
Maybe
I'm sure he
probably
just-
his.
He had shitty parents,
Caretakers,
and
yeah.
and I doubt
But
there was any diddling. Just
Usually that person is then the adult and doesn't fall into the drug pattern until they're older.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but also he's 15. He's got plenty of time to get mature.
Okay. Anyway, I really am lonely, and
Sure.
I don't want to drink away my pain on Valentine's Day,
Good call.
which is great.
Good. Get a heart-shaped steak.
That's something you do when you're 38. Not.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And it doesn't
39.
really work. It
Not
doesn't
when
go
you're 15.
away.
15 is not really helpful.
I just want someone to love, even if for today. Which I think is when the Ben and Jerry's going door to door thing.
No,
is a
even
good
if just
idea.
for today.
Then-
Then you got to hire out.
That's you don't. I don't think you grasp what the word love means.
Yeah,
I feel like
not so much.
we're using it differently.
Is there
Well, I
more?
think he uses
There
it the
is
same
more.
way as I
Does
love
he,
Getting
get, does he get to any other points?
No,
on
I
this?
argue he would love meth a lot more than he would love someone for a night.
That's probably true.
Keep going.
Okay. Trying to make sense of the sentence. I really asked you not to add an answer if you think I'm not mature enough. Whatever. Obviously, spelled completely crazy. I am if. Oh boy. Obviously, I am. I
Oh,
guess
he is still on
mature.
meth, isn't he?
Yep, probably. If I'm getting help with my addiction. Okay, he's mature. And help pay my mom's debt. Great.
Ooh, boy.
I'm not asking for your smashing. Oh, okay, verbal. Gotcha. When you were 15, you were worried about school. Right now, I'm wondering how the hell I'm going to get food for my baby brother. So, with
Sure.
most respect, please shut the fuck up.
Wait a minute.
That's how it ends.
Okay.
What are you?
Give
what are
me
you
really
asking
good
for?
advice, or go frick yourself.
I'm starting to suspect Tadpole might be a creation.
Yeah, I think there might be some.
I think he might
embellishment on
have
that
embellished
concept.
his biography a little bit.
Well, it could have. But I think what we should take away from that is if you're, someone with a horrible past of drug addiction and you're lonely on Valentine's Day,
Go to AA.
go to AA and hang out with some other people.
Yeah, you got to get your own shit straight before you. Because
think
if you
that
get
is
into a relationship, you're going to put it on them rather than being able to bring anything helpful to the relationship.
Here's the question. Would he last for one night? Because that's all he really wanted.
Well, that's what pornography is for heaven's sake.
But there's like, you're not going to find love and fall in love and all this in a night anyway, but you can have companionship. You can, make a friend. You can kind of you could connect with human beings on some
You
level.
can make a
It makes
friend
you less
where you're
lonely.
maybe not completely intimate, but something slightly over the line of, or romantic intention. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go for it.
If you find somebody for tonight, you're either going to have to A, lie to them, or B, tell them that you're a recovering meth addict, you just got out of rehab.
I would definitely get that off.
Trying to figure out how to get food for your baby brother because your mom can't take care of it, and then that person is going to have to say, after taking all that in, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Right.
Either of those situations is bad. The lying or the telling the truth. There is nobody who will be in that is going to be helpful to
I think
anybody.
you spent a good dinner, watch some House of Cards, see what happens, and then explain.
Again.
That's lying? Is that how that works?
Needs to find food for the baby brother first. The candlelight dinner at Valentine, your
So
$80
basically
steaks.
what you're saying is don't accept any advances from anyone who was interested in you.
Absolutely. There are some people that
That's
just
Chan's world.
that's just a
I've
bad
lived in that
situation.
world.
So he's going to cure his loneliness by keeping everybody away who might want him.
Well, he got to get his shit together first. Then he can go out.
I don't
and
think
find
that's a
somebody else.
priority. I mean, you just gotta be realistic about that.
He's aware of his shit. Good enough start.
No.
If he wanted to get his shit in order, he wouldn't be asking us.
I mean, granted, yes. I'm not suggesting that he is going to do any of this.
Right.
He is going to make some terrible choices. He's got
15.
And
got
he
some
started
awful
by
business ahead
asking
of him.
us for advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is also terrible.
And so, don't we owe it to him to give him horrible, horrible advice?
I'm just curious what parts of his biography are accurate. 15, I buy.
Sure,
that.
I
That's
think he's
probably
15.
the audience. Yeah.
I'm sure the facts are all there.
You think so?
Like how he interprets them and lays them out. It's probably a little skewed. He's a 15-year-old meth addict. Of course, they're going to.
But
be
if
skewed.
really his primary, if he's like desperate to feed his family, which is his little brother,
Sure.
just focus on that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but
Just
also
spend time with the kid, or watch some cartoons with them or something.
Also,
you know?
that's like telling a 15-year-old, like, do the dishes. The dishes really need being done. Like, I want to play video games. Yeah, but the dishes are more important. He's a
But
15-year-old
the
kid.
problem he's expressed is loneliness.
Right.
There's a human being in the house. That is
did
the
you
number one cure for
Hang
loneliness.
around with his hungry brother? That sounds awful.
Oh yeah, chicks dig that. Take the kid out.
Yeah,
to the
try to
grocery
use
store.
it to your
Oh,
advantage.
just walk him
yeah.
like a dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Just like a puppy. Same thing.
Sure.
There you go. Like
I
a
see
puppet?
that.
Puppy.
Ah.
That's not the one. I'm doing more social media stuff. I think we've clearly saved his life.
All right, Tadpole, get help.
I think that that does it.
Someday you'll become a beautiful frog.
Frog princess.
Princess?
Isn't that
Pretty
the
clear
thing?
the
Frog
established he was a
princess?
guy. No, wait a minute. Did he?
What?
Was it a guy? Did he say he was
Well, he
male?
got close saying "shut the fuck up," so I think it's probably a dude.
It
Yeah, that
sounds like a dude.
Yeah.
But also, I figure someone who's just recently out of meth rehab probably uses a lot more F-bombs in the vocabulary than your average Joe.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's safe assumption.
So anything new? Any new?
No.
Nothing.
Nope. All right. I'm gonna,
No, everyone's too horrified.
So
by
you're
what we're
you're
saying.
married.
I am married.
You guys are both single, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, me too. You guys been married?
No. Not that I know of.
That I know of. No kids that I know of.
Right.
All right, and you've got one kid or two kids?
One kid.
1
8
kid.
months old.
How long you been married?
2 years.
2 years.
Is that right? Yeah.
Do you remember what year you got married?
Ballpark.
What year I got married?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
If you remember the year, then you'll always be able to subtract. You know, that's the
2012,
guy who was
is that
married.
right?
I used to have it engraved
Yeah.
inside my wedding ring when I was married. You know,
I did.
the date.
Just to not
I've,
forget. Did you have the date on it too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, I don't think we did years. Did we do a year here? Oh, 11. Shit.
Whoa.
3 years. Coming on.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
why you have that.
When-
Mine
what was
said 9/7.
Really good.
What was the date?
Nine-
Yours was
91.
9/7?
Yeah.
7/9.
Dude. Very
That was
nice.
weird. 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine was 7
My
9
wife's name is
91.
Amanda?
So 20 years ago. 20
Weird.
years and
Saying
2
that.
months.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
I got to get another ring with my social security number on it. That'd be great.
Get that barcode tattooed in
Yeah.
there. You know, like
Just end up looking like the
Magneto.
Mandarin.
What was that?
You end up looking like the Mandarin. All 10 fingers.
Uh,
See, what's my phone
What's
number?
that PIN number? God damn it.
Mother's maiden name.
Twitter wants my password again.
Power of the Sun.
Shut
Okay,
up.
well, that's
Let's
good.
see. I don't know.
So we got 3 in there right now. So I'm going to put this out there. If we get 25 people on the show, we'll bring Professor Puppet on.
Oh.
I think that's our segue.
That's tough.
So
Okay.
25 people
Not sure how to-
watching at one time on Valentine's Day. which Denny will tell us if that ever happens.
How many do we have now?
-7.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Like 3.
Three?
Right now. We had
Ouch.
5. Yeah,
Bonkers.
It's a tough day. It's gonna be all right. We get a lot more.
My ukulele group
in
gets
the
more of that.
after. And now that we've got the highlights thing, hey, did you and that
And
highlight
the meth
clip?
heads.
Oh, it didn't work. Really? What happened?
Highlights?
You have to start the stream in a specific way.
Oh, really? All right. Bring that. Since we already are talking to you, bring that the alert on and just take a screen snap of it for me.
What
See
now?
what happens, so I know that for next time. They have a new feature on the live stream that you should be able to, as you're streaming, kind of split it and like do highlight clips.
Oh, like to do a playback something.
Yeah, so you can just
Really?
cut a live into an immediate other YouTube videos. But apparently we weren't set up right. I think it's because we're using the Wirecast for YouTube thing and not the pro version that they recently released for YouTube. They want us to pay $200.
It's not all built in. It's not just part of the suite
right?
here.
It should be. Yeah. Well, they have their own thing, and we don't have access to that yet.
But
I know.
I
Hey, we
thought you
tried
took a
bribing
class. You got the keys.
We don't. Well, we haven't had the chance to take the live streaming class yet.
It doesn't exist. Yeah.
That's right. It doesn't exist. I talked.
Doesn't
to
exist?
No.
Yeah, not yet. They don't even have the coursework for it yet because they're working on it. Hopefully March is what they're
Okay.
saying. So.
Well, I should have my 10,000 subscribers by then, hopefully.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're still working on that. Where are you at right now?
It went over 6,000 the other day when I did my "How Much Do YouTubers Make" video,
Oh, that was a good one.
which is a math video.
Yeah.
All about how to calculate based on the views,
Nice.
And keep dividing it and dividing it and dividing it until you get down to your final number.
I need to watch that and see if you're anywhere in the ballpark for us.
Yeah.
Right,
We,
yeah.
we tend to be a little bit higher than most estimates.
Oh, yeah?
So
What's your, well, again, not supposed to say your CPM. It's like a secret, right?
it is.
Supposedly, the YouTube partners aren't supposed to talk
Well-
about it and say how much they make exactly. But, there's your CPM, which could be $1 to $12 or more, could be anywhere in there. And then because every view has a different CPM. They average them out. And then it only works for your monetized views. That's the real shrinkage. You see your views, but only 25% of them are monetized.
Yeah. Shrinkage really sucks.
Shrinkage is the worst.
Unfortunate.
It's terrible. That's why.
And then YouTube takes their 45%, shrinks again there.
Right.
Then your multi-channel network takes their 30%, and it shrinks again.
Oh, 30%.
No, yours like 20?
No, I don't remember what. It's not 30% though.
Yeah, definitely not 30.
30 is a terrible contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 10 to 15 is industry standard, so it should be around there.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, I know a lot of those early
Yeah, people get
networks
involved too
screw
early.
people.
They signed for 2 years and they're
Well,
not getting the deal out of it.
There was that first network really just tried to do everything. They did infinite contract. It was beyond lifetime.
Yes, and,
Oh, yeah?
and now they're about to change
Perpetuity.
hands.
It was in perpetuity. That's
Yes.
right.
5
Yes.
billion years.
Yeah. And,
No, but you know what? There's some networks after that said, okay, we're going to sign you for a certain amount of years. But what they didn't tell people was anything you make during that time, they own your content.
Oh, that's terrible.
Which is
They
the
took
same thing as
copyright.
perpetuity, because if you leave, then you don't own anything you made during the time you were with the
Right.
network.
That's what happened to Grace Helbig.
Really?
Not really.
Well, because
She didn't create her own channel.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought when she started, she was on somebody else's
Well, she
program.
was working for My Damn Channel.
Yeah.
And her channel belonged to them all the way along.
Yeah.
So they just paid her a paycheck. But then when that ended in January, she started a new one. And so she can't use any of her catchphrases or any of her
Because the
days
IP
of the
isn't
week or
hers.
anything. Huh?
The IP is not hers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's
Right.
not totally her creation.
Because she created it while she was on the job.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just going to be the YouTube talk show at this point.
Well, that's fine. It's probably, might as well.
Jan, get out a pencil and pen. You're learning stuff.
Yeah. So all this effort I put into the asking for a friend has been
Well,
sold.
that depends. Let me find out.
Ultimately,
We
live
have
now.
no more comments. So
There's some comments directed at you, apparently.
Are there
there
comments?
are.
Yeah, there are in here.
Okay, because I don't have them yet on my.
It'll get there.
Like the ticker tape. People-
Oh, wait,
let's
there they
just
are.
wait.
Yes. Okay, what do you got?
It basically they're saying, how come I'm staying the same even though everyone else has changed. And that's because my role hasn't really changed. I'm still the old, bitter, angry guy who likes to torture people with food. And I don't see any reason for it to change.
How are the other guys changing?
They said Chris lost a lot of weight, which
okay.
you can't
'Cause
really
he's vomiting
see.
all the time?
That's a possibility. Yeah, I'm responsible for part of that. Making him drink, 100 ounces of ranch dressing at once.
Oh, that's terrible.
Matt, Chuck grew some.
That's a lot of ranch
Chuck
dressing.
did not grow dreads. I don't know what you're thinking of. The only person with
thinking of
that guy
me?
is Chuck.
No, I think he's thinking of Louie. And if you mistake Chuck and Louie, that's not a good thing. That means you are probably on more meth than Tadpole.
Oh, Tadpole. We'll
Tadpole's
always remember.
off it. He's in rehab.
Tadpole.
Matt grew a beard and got old quick.
I think
don't
he's
think
thinking of Chan.
Yeah, I've been old for a long time.
Is he just replacing people from Wreckless Eating with people on camera?
Oh, that's what it is.
that's a distinct possibility.
I think
see how
that's
that
it.
works.
So they think they're watching your show. Okay,
I
because
guess
I'm.
Oh, there we go.
I am
It
old, and
actually
I
just,
have a beard, and I'm old.
Matt sent me here from Facebook. Yay! Great. Matt's one of
Okay.
your guys?
Yeah.
Good. I mean, that's me, right?
I see. So I'm the one who lost a lot of weight and grew a fro. Fair enough.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
cool.
Yeah. Chris, that's...
Okay, so who's going to be Chris?
I'm
Who's going to be Matt?
I don't know who
Okay,
any of these
you're
people are,
Chuck.
so I'm having a
I'm
hard
Chuck.
time.
You're Chuck. You're Matt.
I'm Matt.
And this is Chris.
I don't understand
Yeah, I
how that
think
works
that's right.
because
So
I'm
Matt's the sexy
I'm
one?
the angry old one, so we would have to duke it out for that title or for that role.
Oh boy. Sword
He's
fight
got more
underneath the
gray in his
table.
beard.
I'm
I think
older, but
I
way
will.
less angry.
Thank
true.
you, sir. I will keep my ding dong in my pants, and I hope that you do the same.
Unless we get 10,000 people in here right now, then
Oh, for
Ding
10
Dong's out.
10,000, absolutely. I'll strip. Let's do this.
How much to keep the ding dong put away?
Back in.
15.
Ah, you couldn't afford it.
15.
15.
Is that working? Yeah. We're back to 5, so that's good. No, down to 4.
Yeah, there was nothing in the terms of service that mentioned nudity here, did that?
I don't recall seeing that at
Yeah,
all.
I
actually.
don't recall that either.
I think so. If it's medically based, we're okay.
Yeah.
What?
As long as it's unappealing.
50,000, Jeff will give Chan a medical exam. Yeah.
Like
That
turn
sounds
your
good.
head and cough, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Do we have
not
gloves
gonna
that go at least up to the elbow?
No gloves.
Well, that's for
60,000.
They may actually have
60,000
it
you
back
get
there.
gloves.
Chad in the,
the animal husbandry
under there
glove.
says, not that I'm gonna, but if I did, how should I do it? What?
You got to read
Did
farther
I
down.
miss something? Oh, yeah.
If I wanted to break up with my
Chad.
girlfriend this
Oh,
weekend, what's the best way?
to do it on Valentine. Okay, and then not that
I
I'm going
would
to.
say
okay. He's
ask for anal
hypothetically. Oh, there
because
you go.
that usually that instant deal breaker.
You don't know. She might be totally on board. And then you got to do it.
Could be all right.
It's not my.
Yeah, that was a good thought.
Yeah.
Ask
I
for
was
anal.
fast thinking.
I would think the three-way conversation. That's the one. That's the one that would really shut it down. more.
Especially if she has a
The
sister.
three-way conversation?
Like
oh,
ask- yeah.
three-way.
like
yeah.
trying to get a
I
three-way.
was like, you're driving home. You're like, hey, honey, I'd like to talk to you about the numerous
freeway.
exits
405
here
was
on the
burning.
405.
I know it's, what are they calling it now? Jam,
Oh, Carmageddon.
No.
Jam.
It's-
Jamzilla.
Jamzilla this
Jamzilla.
time around. So yeah, Jamzilla's coming around. I'd like to Jamzilla your sister.
Sister.
We got the freeway three-way. So that's
I'd like to
good.
show you Jamzilla, by which I mean
my junk.
You'd say,
So
no,
if we get 10,000 people in here,
that's
I'll show your sister.
it's more of a
Jamzilla's coming out.
jamzuki is what that was.
What's that?
It's more of a jamzuki, not a
Jamzuki.
jamzuki.
Still a monster. Still, yeah.
Yeah.
More of a Gamera with the,
Jam
You know.
Smurf.
Oh, so you're uncircumcised? Is that what that is?
What?
Is that a
Gamera's
Gamera?
clearly
Is that some kind of
circumcised.
Gamera joke?
Yeah. He said Gamera, and I said, well, why don't you just pull it in.
No, but I can spin and hover and fly
Okay,
around like
nice,
that.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, because we're in it.
that's right.
We got
Yeah,
tagged.
video.
You're probably in there too. He has that.
Yeah, you're in there. The
The,
drone. The
the
drone
happy
cocktail.
hour with the drone.
I don't think I got tagged. I don't
No,
know.
you
I
probably
didn't
get
tag
tagged,
you
but
because I
you're
didn't
in
have your
it.
tag. But I.
Yeah. But I'm sure you're there because you're talking to either me or.
Yeah, look
nearby
for a video
at that
called
point.
like YouTube Space LA Happy Hour GoPro
that
something, and there's you can see these guys drinking beer at YouTube Space LA right outside here.
No, you can't do that.
What?
What?
We're not supposed to put YouTube up here. We're not supposed to talk about YouTube.
you can
we
We're
can
not
say
actually the
YouTube. We
YouTube
just can't
space.
show the logo, which actually I don't know. That's probably
can't see
probably no one can see that. What is this?
I'm
thing
violating the
about egg rolls?
rules.
You are a hellion. You're like
You're the worst.
Dirty Harry.
You're
Play
the
by your
reason
own
we
rules.
can't have nice
Basically, yeah.
things. I can't.
Oh, wait,
even,
the guy wants to know how to break up with his girlfriend on Valentine's Day. That's an actual question.
I thought we established by pressing the boundaries
That's-
of what that relationship is comfortable
Why
with.
would you? I don't understand why you would want to do it on Valentine's.
It's a
Day.
hypothetical question.
It
Yeah,
seems like
but he also said if she did anal, we wouldn't be breaking up for sure.
Well, there you go. So that's a conversation you've already had.
Then that's the perfect way to break up. It's what, in parliamentary procedure. That's
I
called
mean, yeah.
calling the question, where you put it on the table, and say this has got to happen.
Well,
What do you say?
Yeah.
And if she says yes, then you're glad to have her, right? If she says no, then you could say
Let's back away.
maybe we should.
But basically, any ultimatum given to women
Sure.
will lead to a breakup.
Yeah. We need 20 pounds of chocolate here every night, or I'm walking.
I
That's
think
not a good one.
the
I
bigger
would eat that.
issue
I could
is
make that happen.
if you wanna break up on Valentine's Day, you're a huge drama queen, and you need to deal with that shit first.
You know what? I'm just gonna step in here and say, just don't break up on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
that's a
At
dick
least
move.
break up the day before so you save some money.
Oh, that's a dicker move.
I bet you if you
Give
did
it a week
survey,
before would be probably that's the
yeah,
It's okay.
a survey, you would find a lot of relationships break up right around there, day before, day of, day
Yeah, well,
after,
it's definitely
because there's a lot of stress.
and no,
Well,
but also seasonally and in our animal place, that's when we want to get
In
rid
our
of
animal place.
Look, in our habitual
Our monkey brain.
genetic animal routines, we are getting ready for the mating season. So we get rid of whatever.
That would be
and-
the case of because humans are the only species that do not have a mating season. It's fucking year round for us.
Dolphins,
Sure.
pretty much. They bang all the time.
Dolphins, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, they're the only ones that do
So
it
right
for
before
fun.
Valentine's Day is our purge,
Yep.
and then that's the only chance that tadpole will ever get.
Oh.
I'm telling you, low standards. Count on the low standards of the general populace, of the single people, and the people are going to, kind of float together a little
Yeah,
bit.
just put up a. This is back to Tadpole. Just put up an OkCupid that says, "I'm not going to ask you for anal." There you go. Then you get all those girls that just broke up with their boyfriend.
Okay, look at
No?
that guy's
You don't
girlfriend
think-
right there, who's probably quite a catch,
Those
really.
are some awfully low standards. I mean, we were talking about low standards, but I feel like that's an order of magnitude beneath that we should probably look into. Is
Yeah.
unhealthy? I'm going to say unhealthy.
Which is unhealthy to what? Demand the anal or to? That's your only requirement.
If you if you are in such a position that you troll OkCupid and like, this guy looks like a catch, this looks like the one for me, and it's a blank entry, and all it says is I want to ask you to do anal, you should probably
Just a picture of this guy.
I think no. That guy would not get any hits. You're right.
Username Jamzilla69.
That's the one.
Yep. I
That's a
will
winner.
not have the freeway talk with you.
Why can't I retweet my own tweet?
You could forward it. Can't you?
Because that's horribly narcissistic.
Oh, they wrote haha, so I guess we nailed it.
Hey, we did it.
Hey, nailed it.
Yes.
I just don't want this traced back to me, because if they do break up and he says, "Yeah, these guys on the internet told me," eventually this girl is going to find the video. She's going to track. She's going to show
No
up
one's
outside
ever
of
going
YouTube
to see
space.
this ever
Right.
again.
Well, the reason they break up on Valentine's Day because it shines a bright light on your relationship in relative to like the sort of platonic ideal of relationships you see in movies. And you're like, I am not as happy as those people with you, therefore I want to break up. That's so it's just sort of like it makes you really look closely and go, I don't feel like buying oysters and doing all this stuff for you because I really don't love you that much.
Well, and it's also like you are required to do these things, and I mean, it can be hard to arrange a perfect evening
I know.
at a really expensive place and to do it in such a way that she's surprised by it happening. And
Sure.
it is the sort of the thing you have a dream to attain, and you're going to fail. You are just going to fail.
I was Now, do any men have rules like that? Now, do any men are men ever disappointed by Valentine's Day?
Oh, I thought you meant anal. I'm not going to do it.
I'm not, no, thank you.
You're already in the doghouse, son. Let's not push it any further.
But I mean, it's always like, the man has to please the woman, and then the woman is,
Sure.
judging the performance of the man and how much his flowers smell like formaldehyde and how shitty his chocolates are.
Yeah, I would argue that any time of the year, it's acceptable to judge formaldehyde-smelling flowers.
For sure. But I mean, on Valentine's Day, do the women ever have to bring the heat? Do the men get a chance to kind of complain and have standards for Valentine's Day?
No, and that's what Steak and Blowjob Day was supposed to be.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. Yeah.
Is that supposed to be on Valentine's Day or like a separate
no,
What
day?
day
I
is
think
that?
it- I think
Because
it
I'd like
maybe
to
it's-
lobby
I feel
Congress.
like it's in
after or
March.
something.
After, isn't it?
I think it's in March. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
This is the first I've heard of this Steak and Blowjob Day.
Oh, really?
I'd like to.
Been around?
Yeah, the idea
as long as
is-
Talks Like a Pirate Day, as far as I know.
Yeah, it's like
I've heard of it.
dudes' version of Valentine's Day because that's all they want.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do for us vegetarians, but I mean, I think everybody can get behind blowjobs pretty much.
Sure.
Right.
All day.
I can't read that screen.
So your
name from
girlfriend takes
here.
you out to Fry's Electronics, and then you go to
Oh,
get a
yeah.
steak and,
Hells
and
yeah.
of course the blowjob. That sounds fantastic.
So I'm pretty sure this is in response to Chad's dilemma, but is that El Marijuano Juno 209? Is that the screen name, even remotely?
El Marijuano 209.
Is that what it is?
El Marijuano.
It's hard to see from here. He says probably take a dump on the boob should do it. So yeah, I would assume most girls would probably be done with you at that point as well.
There are
But
also-
I think they would be done before you even
got that done.
I
let
think you'd be
loose.
done
You
with
get into
yourself.
position.
Yeah.
You did that. You're like, I don't want to live with myself anymore.
Yeah,
I can't.
You would
unsee
most
that.
likely be responsible for the cleanup on that. So pointless.
That's just.
What
Yeah.
tips on life do you have to share with us? I don't have an exact question, but I'm curious what you guys have to share.
I'm concerned that the word life is in quotation marks. What does that mean?
Maybe it's the film Life with Eddie
that was
Murphy.
Oh,
awful.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Could be
What-
cereal.
What
Life is
tips
cereal.
on that? Don't
You know what?
ever watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna say.
Or Life cereal.
I'm gonna
milk.
say get the cinnamon,
Oh yeah, Cinnamon Life
not
is
the
fantastic.
original. I don't like the
And it's good with almond milk if you're lactose intolerant.
I will say that there are much better board games than
Yeah,
life. Like Settlers of Catan, obviously the one that people go to, but I would suggest something.
Is that
not a
game
big
fun?
fan.
I see it's like a nerd thing you see on the internet.
Now,
Everyone's
have they
loving it. Every
updated
nerd.
the game life to reflect modern day pay, or do you still get
I believe they did.
$200 a week?
I believe they did a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So it's
Because otherwise it should just be called poverty.
Well, I mean, it's sort of a throwback, isn't it? It's like Chutes and Ladders. You don't need to update it to include like a channel or something like that.
Yeah.
People still understand what a chute and a ladder is.
maybe not this
Doesn't hold up,
audience.
though.
Can we update that to allow for polyamory or is that-
Life?
Yeah,
Life?
The game?
the game. Yeah.
So you have like what, multiple cars?
Like you join a
Mormon life?
You have
commune.
a couple
What do you-
different houses, a
No.
couple different cars. Yeah.
So it's the
Do you want to win or do you really want to win?
it's called Big Life.
You start a secret family 2 towns over.
That's the one. Big life. Yeah, you get 2 boards and put them
That sounds
together.
nice.
That's good. I think
That's like those guys who play chess with 5 people at once. Yeah.
Ooh. Why don't we make a board game called Shadow Family? And the whole idea is that you build a life over here, and then you build a life over here.
Right,
you make
right.
sure they don't cross over at any point.
That's complicated.
Oh, yeah,
I actually
yeah.
thought of a brilliant. You're
Don't
familiar
go
with chess.
shopping on the other side of town.
I have a legit invention that I thought
Okay.
of. I thought of it
Let's
Christmas
steal
time.
this. I mean, here.
This is a new idea. It's going to be free that everyone can play this game.
Oh, well, there you go.
If you have a chessboard,
Yeah.
everyone knows how chess works, right?
Yeah.
The pawns out in
Mostly.
front are useless.
Mostly.
The queen, the king are really,
Right.
My idea, it's called super chess. Okay.
Everything's a queen.
Set up just the same. The pawns are all queens.
Yeah. Okay.
From the very beginning, all the pawns are queens.
Okay.
So like
But
you can
then
go
what's
right
the
across
queen?
and take somebody, but then they can come right across and take you
Sure.
immediately.
Yeah.
And the strategy completely changes. And everything you know about chess and protecting and it's like totally out the window because you're always everything is always threatened all the time.
I feel like that would be a very fast game.
It is. Chess fucking sucks. It's boring. It takes forever.
It does.
But super chess, you can play it in 5 minutes and then play it again. Play it 20
So
times.
we have another question. What do you guys think about dumb Starbucks?
Super chess.
Well, it's over. So
Yeah.
Did we ever find out?
It was that guy.
Genius.
It's a Comedy
Nathan
Central
Fielder.
show.
Yeah.
That
It
guy.
is
The guy who does Nathan
and
for
he
You.
has no understanding of the law at all because
No.
He said that fair use protects him, and fair use doesn't apply to
trademark.
trademarks.
It's got
only
nothing.
copyright.
It's got nothing to do with that. The show. Have you ever seen the show?
Yes.
It's
It's supposed to be
essentially a prank
bad,
show.
yeah.
So like it doesn't. I'm sure he understands it very well. I'm sure he ran it by the lawyers, and they're like,
Well, he
"There's
did say in an
you're not
interview
gonna,
afterwards that he could go to jail for this, and
Well, when he went on Kimmel, he was talking about going to jail, but that was because
no, I
the
mean
health
in the
board.
I was
he
gonna
did
say,
an
I bet it's
interview
more health
afterwards on
oriented.
like Kimmel or
Yeah,
one
that's
of
what
those
I'm saying.
shows. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
he said something about
Yeah, it's not because of the parody
no,
laws.
because
Starbucks.
the Starbucks attorneys would probably just order a drone strike.
It does. He didn't do any damage. He didn't make any money. Everything was given away for free.
Right.
The only problem is it's actually illegal to hand out food
it's
according
not a
to the
license.
health board.
Yeah. Right.
So apparently there's like 6 months. He could go to jail for 6 months for that.
He could.
But
He's not going to.
yeah,
Obviously.
the parody thing was obviously a
Otherwise,
hoax
he
and
will
everything.
know
Yeah.
what anal is like.
Hey,
But that's the whole point of his show. He's this guy
the
who gives
whole point of
bad
our show.
business advice.
Yeah.
He sets up
Yes.
bad businesses.
Which
He
is
doesn't know what he's doing.
is that
such a
really
great
what it is?
show.
Oh, I have not seen that, but
That's-
also I don't have cable, so.
what there's the thing called the internet, and you are
don't.
welcome to look into.
I've heard of that. He's right. It's
Is it
it's
good?
got everything.
Is
Really.
there anything good on it?
No.
I mean, not right here, not anything that's happening in this room, but outside of that, there's plenty of interesting things going
No, I
on.
think you're
Yeah.
right.
Go watch Nathan For You. It's a very funny show, and it makes sense. The dumb Starbucks thing makes a lot more sense
Yeah.
when you watch that.
No, I mean, I figured it was something along
Yeah, I
those
mean,
lines.
Starbucks hasn't let it go yet. They didn't say they weren't going to do anything, mainly because he says he wants to open another one in New York.
Right.
Really?
But he is lying.
Of course.
Yeah. He's a
Well,
character,
he should
yeah.
be if he's smart.
Yeah.
There's no point to repeat it.
How do you feel
It's
about
done
actual
in things.
Starbucks?
I go there by default.
Yeah.
I literally changed my my coffee habits because they released that app and a loyalty program.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I used to love Coffee Bean. Coffee Bean was my jam.
Never
I would
liked
go there
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
And then one day,
Well, the thing about Coffee Bean, especially near me, is they have a 2-hour Wi-Fi limit.
Ew.
oh, that sucks.
So once you're hooked on for 2 hours,
Yeah, but
it kicks you off.
It only
you can't
kicks you off
log
for
back.
10 minutes.
It does?
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me log back in. They told me 24 hours.
They said get out.
Maybe it's changed, but
If you
when
buy
I
another
used to
coffee, do they
Yeah.
re-up your
No.
password?
No, it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with their system and the way you sign in.
Huh. Yeah, it used to be 10 to 15 minutes, something like that,
Yeah.
and then you'd be able to get back on, but I don't know. Maybe they changed it. I don't remember why, but I think it's just a parking thing where I am now. I moved, and the Coffee Bean out there has like a really small parking lot. So one day I was just like, I'm going to Starbucks.
So what's your drink at Starbucks? What do you get?
You know, I just get coffee.
You know, you can make that
Mostly-
at home. It's really easy.
Yeah, but it's the whole, I have to get out of the house to work because there's just too many distractions with like the,
Yeah.
baby and the wife. And
I
You
used to
just
like-
called your
every-
baby and your wife a distraction
Distraction.
on Valentine's Day that you ditched out on them for.
She's not watching the show.
she doesn't watch this. Don't worry.
Busy crying in the fetal position. It's fine.
In the shower crying.
I love you, Amanda.
I want to get a job. But no, I used to write screenplays at Starbucks too. I'd go to Starbucks just to watch people go by, and it just was a reason to leave the house.
Yeah, I just need that sort of like, this is the place where I work, because otherwise it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go check out what's in the fridge and stuff. Although when I do get that loyalty rewards thing, that's
Oh,
like,
do you
got a
do you
free
totally
drink.
embellish in that and get like a $6 drink instead of like a $2 coffee?
$6 drink.
Oh, the $54 one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically, yeah. I'm
I
like,
have the gold shadings on top
Yeah,
of the
I
cocoa
would-
beans.
I've actually messed up drinks. It's like, I
Have you
want
gone
this
too far?
Frappuccino. And it's like, you need to put this, and this in it. And I take one sip and it's like, no.
Yep.
This belongs
Excellent.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
On Wreckless Eating.
No.
It's that bad.
What do you get? Like every squirt of flavor? Hazelnut.
Ew.
Yeah, I've tried
I
that
don't do any
before.
of that
It's
junk.
not good.
I just, unless I'm going for like a sandwich, if I'm going for the drink, I go it's like the mocha crunch or something.
Right.
So it's a blended frozen drink. You get the biggest one, you add a shot or two, and then chocolate whipped cream.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I used to work at Starbucks, so there was a time when standards were high, and it was a good place to go. Since I've left, standards are slipping.
Why did you
and-
leave, Chan? This is your fault.
It's totally your fault.
And
They
I
need you.
apologize for that, but I had more important things to do and better places.
Like
to
this-
be.
Your
right
life.
here.
like
is
this
it.
live cast.
Yeah,
This-
like
that's
this.
what I'm
so-
See you
saying.
later, health insurance.
But it's still a decent place to go. And
I have noticed that there's like a hierarchy of Starbucks stores, and like there's regular ones, there's ones with like fireplaces and couches.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, there's ones with like
crazy.
With the reserve coffees and the better machines, the Clover machine.
Yeah.
The single serve
that
machine?
like $13,000.
That thing drives me bonkers because I just like coffee. I used to get like the lattes and stuff, but I get like the blonde, which is the kind of milder coffee. And I go in the afternoon to get it. And they're like, "Oh, well, we have to pour that right now. We don't have that ready."
Right.
Fine. Well, so they just pour it through and it would make it. And then they started having it at this other place I went to. Then I went to some other one and they said, "Oh, we do this special machine."
Right.
And I had to watch this thing for like 10 minutes, go up and down and scraping grounds and to get this cup of coffee. It was just like, they go, "Oh, you're gonna love this. Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, it's gonna be special."
Could
and
you
I was
tell the
like,
difference?
yeah, it just tasted funkier and stronger, like more,
Yeah,
intense.
they put in a lot more beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sommelier. They're gonna be able to tell the difference between all these gradations of wine, and and there are people who have can appreciate those gradations of coffee. I mean, I spent 3 years there. I got certification in tasting and all that, and still the Clover is like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's mostly the beans. Some of their beans are really good.
Yeah.
and then
The
some.
problem is most of the people that I see that spring for the Clover coffee and the expensive reserves, which are like $5.
Yeah.
They get their cup and then they
put a bunch
pour
of-
half of it out. They fill it with milk and sugar and everything else.
What?
insane.
No,
And it's like, then
that's
why did you
little
even bother
sugar.
getting that
no
stuff?
Yeah.
I'll put sugar and sometimes the chocolate powder in, but I never put
Black.
milk in.
Yeah. My drink is the Ice Grande Red Eye. So just
So it's like 4 shots.
coffee. No, iced coffee with an one shot of
it's only one shot.
espresso. Yeah.
What's
Just
it when
coffee.
it's just 3 shots of
Coffee.
espresso?
Say what?
What
just
is?
That's a triple espresso.
yeah.
Oh, I swear.
It's one
Are you
called a
thinking of an
hammerhead. It's
Americano?
like 3 triple espresso with a lot of
We
sugar.
had
in
it
it.
no, because Americano has added water. We had I worked into like a hoity-toity.
Oh, you're talking about coffee with an ad shot, like a red eye and a black eye, and a TKO.
I don't know.
Oh, we got the inside dope
Maybe.
because he knows. He's,
Yeah,
It varies. It's a regional thing.
Yeah.
It's different,
Yeah.
different parts
I
of
feel
the
like
country
a red
say it
eye on the
differently.
East Coast is just 3 shots of espresso.
So there's a whole secret
That's
menu like
disgusting.
an In-N-Out burger for Starbucks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a Captain Crunch. Ask for that one.
What
of
is
these
that?
days. It's a frappuccino
Uh-huh.
that tastes like
Captain
crunch berries. Captain Crunch berries.
What?
They just like squirt of some other magical stuff, or
Yeah, there's a BuzzFeed list out of like 21.
Yeah, the
Starbucks
secret
hidden
menu.
items. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. So Chan has the paper YouTube badge, and it's
Yeah.
got a QR code on there, and
Right.
so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna scan that in
Yeah,
and see what
happened?
It just takes you to like a text string.
Yes,
Nothing.
because they use it at the
yeah,
front
it's for,
there.
Oh, yeah.
it's for the ID system right here.
It's not for you. Not everything is for you,
So
Sam.
basically,
Do something
no, but you
cool.
have to turn in your
It's
badge
so
because next time you
annoying.
could use that code to sign in,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't have to type in your name and everything else.
I think it should do. Is there something that we're not seeing, Denny?
How many loyal viewers are on board now?
Oh.
6.
6.
It has gone up.
You
That's good.
know, feel free to make a comment, all of y'all who are watching
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
to,
Everyone
let us
comment
know.
at once, so that it's
Who-
horrible.
I'm curious what brought you here, what tweet,
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah.
whose social
Who
thread
did you
brought
come
you in.
from?
I'm looking at the wrong king.
Yeah, I'm looking at the monitor, not the
Yeah,
camera
exactly.
At
It's
all.
Right.
Did,
Like a
did
Bush
you
League
see a
mistake.
tweet from me, from Mark, or from Jeff? Chan, did you even tweet?
What's that?
Get out.
Oh, Twitter. No, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. We should just do our own
I just-
hashtag
I
wars
just-
thing. That's much more interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
Do you do that?
I've watched it. The Gregory brothers doing hashtag wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all the Gregory brothers channel. It's their main thing.
Oh,
It's like Michael Gregory
So-
versus like John Green, and they do hashtag war.
okay. Because Midnight Show.
I'm
does
sorry,
that.
not hashtag war. I'm sorry, it's something else. No, this is
But is it? What do they do?
a totally different thing. This is
You've lied to us.
Wiki War,
Oh, what is
where they have
that?
Wikipedia. They both start on the same page on Wikipedia. It'll be like avocado, and you have to get to Truman Capote,
Oh.
and then all you can do is click on things, click
Yeah,
on
okay.
links, and you have to get to the other. It's a race to get to the other thing.
That's
Not
interesting.
hashtag war, Wiki War.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I like
And
that.
then they film it. Then they do commentary, like hilarious sports commentary
Gotcha.
of both people, what they're looking at and stuff.
Okay.
We
Right,
need
yeah.
our own war.
We could do hashtag war. We just.
We
call
think
it.
that's been done. Hashtag
yeah,
war's
but
been
it's
done.
been done
Wiki
by
war's
other
been done. We
people
need another
first
war.
as well.
Arm wrestling war.
What about Smash
That's just
Tag
arm
War?
wrestling.
Smash tag war.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
no,
it's
no.
the same
Smash
fucking thing.
Snapchat war.
Snapchat War? What is that? We just put penises on?
Yeah,
it?
pretty much.
Hashtag fracas.
Fracas.
Yeah, so it's just this, thesaurus something else in there, like number
4chan
sign
war.
melee,
Yeah, we could do Ford It, where it's somebody starts on 4chan, somebody starts on Reddit, and we see how many people we can get to fight the other person. We're like, attack them. Yeah, I think that's all those communities do, right?
I don't go to any of those things.
Yeah, I don't really do that either. I do Imager, which is close.
I don't know what that is either.
It's basically the image hosting for Reddit.
Okay.
If you don't have your own website, you can put it on the Imager.
Okay. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, but I don't look at it. That's it.
I only in the last year have really gotten into Tumblr.
Yeah, what's it for?
I haven't at all. I started the account just so no one else could take it.
I mean, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
And now I have like a dozen of them. Like I have a dozen different Tumblrs.
Right.
We have one for this show, asking for.
You're like a
show.
bank
I'm thinking
safe.
about just blogging about like YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
like business related things.
That's cool.
Instead of, stuff
together.
just so there's no like repeats on Facebook. Like I don't want to put what's on Facebook onto Tumblr.
Sure.
That would be kind of pointless.
Yeah, you just make everything live in one place and link out, and that's what I do.
I just put everything on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it goes downstream to Twitter from there, and all my
Right.
tweets go automatically to Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's like just tumbles like a slinky down
And
the
then it
stairs.
just immediately takes a picture of your Facebook status and puts it on Instagram.
Exactly. Whoa! And the
break
snake
the
swallows
internet.
itself. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's
Awesome.
how that works.
Ouroboros Wars.
Yeah. So if you have a question about social media, Valentine's Day,
Or social media, or
relationships, social
YouTube,
media,
or relationships,
if you need
or
advice on anything, let us
beard
turtles.
care. 'Cause we got a lot of
What was
beard,
that?
different kinds of beards here
Turtles.
too.
Turtles?
Yeah.
I like turtles. We should have brought those truffles in. You had to give them to the lobby.
Yeah, because
They're people.
yes, they let us in.
They're not already
give us extra
surrounded
stuff.
by candy out there.
No, not really.
Not really.
No. They're surrounded by the claw machine. What do you think they're going to put inside?
There's a claw machine.
They have
They
a claw
just
machine
got
out
a
in the
claw
lobby
machine
now.
in the YouTube lobby.
Oh, cool.
Library.
Did they get rid of that
It's
dig
right
dug
next to
machine?
no. It's right next to.
And
the
there's nothing in
Pac-Man.
here that requires money. So
I think
either you
that
get
one might.
unlimited tries, or they'll have tokens or something
Maybe
that they
you
give
scan
you.
your badge.
So what do they
As
probably
a
put those
reward.
headbands? I like all the swag in there, like the
Yeah,
headbands.
I'm sure
and
it'll be.
Well,
Socks.
they may also
balls.
do the candy thing too. Like if you've seen those where they have just the cheap ass Smarties or whatever,
Yeah.
and the claw.
Yeah. I mean. Oh well, here we go.
It'll just be iPods.
There's some
Hundreds of
stuff going on.
iPods.
Oh, there's a comment that's already been removed. We should see what the wiki. Shut up. I like that. That sounds like a good song.
Wiki. It's like a
Yeah.
DJ Marijuana 209.
Chad asks, do you guys believe that Kurzweil's singularity theory is legit? Do you think we'll basically be immortal within the next 20 or 30 years?
No.
Wow.
I do.
20 to 30
I don't know.
years?
I think there's a problem with bandwidth
won't.
and storage for that, because you get everyone's entire consciousness uploaded onto a computer. That's a lot of drives.
It is a lot of drives, but it is not an impossible number of drives.
I
And
think
as
only
we
like
continue
12
to
people will
shrink-
be able to afford it.
Oh, that may well be. That is the more likely scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it's going to be a frozen head thing where it's like this is for the rich. You can't just everyone have it.
Let's just do it Futurama head jar style.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Floating in
USB
water.
me into that monitor.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm stuck.
From the jar.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Johnny Depp movie about this coming out. I
About
saw a
the
trailer.
singularity?
Yeah. Well, he's like working on it. He's working on recording your consciousness, and he's this brilliant scientist. And then he gets hit by a car or something, and he's about to die. And the wife's like,
plugs himself
"What if we?
in.
It's ready. What if we just backed him up into?" And they basically back him up into the computer array, and then of course he becomes evil. His consciousness is like talking to them, and like the text appears on screen with the backwards threes for the E's and all that
He's
bullshit.
like on an iPhone, and Joaquin Phoenix. Is
It's
like in love
he's
with
everywhere.
him
It's the same
and-
thing.
See, the nice thing about the Kurzweil singularity thing is that it gets really simplified for just the general public. All anybody knows basically about it. It's like, oh, in 30 years we're all going to be in computers and immortal.
Right.
But the more important thing I think is that it is an optimistic view of the future. Most science fiction that you run across, like certainly every television show, it's like, oh, there's a apocalypse coming, and science is terrible, and eventually we'll all be watched by Big Brother,
Yeah.
and no good comes of technology. And
Basically there.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, but technology is not good or evil. It's how we use it.
Yes. Which will eventually
technology
be
causes a lot of problems, but it solves so many more problems.
Yeah.
You know? I think on balance, I mean, we do these really brilliant technological things, like invent railroads and cars and coal mining and stuff. And then, like, there's horrible byproducts of that. And we make bad decisions sometimes. But then you pretty much figure it out and come back around and fix those things.
Yeah.
And kind of hit those moles on the head and, you know, come up with like a scientific solution to move forward.
Things are getting better. We're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but that's still forward progress.
Sure. But I think there are all these apocalyptic events that are in the past that have happened, you know.
Sure.
And there's actually bigger ones. I've got a friend, Martin Shank, who I went to film school with. I saw him at a party a couple of months ago. And it turns out he is the world expert on buried ruins around the world. Really? And he can look at satellite photos. He's like the satellite photo whisperer. And he has found like walled cities all over the world that are just buried. Just based on the color of the dirt. And you can see like outlines of walls and stuff. Nice. And he's saying there's like these giant cities are all over the world, like Game of Thrones style. Like crazy shit that happened a long time ago. And if there was like an extinction level event, you know, way after the dinosaur one, like 10,000 years ago.
like we're about to have in 10
like,
years.
Like some kind of, you know, bad thing. Like it was
Global
like
warming.
like you ever heard about the super volcano in North Dakota?
Yeah.
How there's a whole that could like burp out this horribly toxic
Sure.
stuff that's in the earth, gas, which could kill everybody.
Sure.
And he says that probably happened like 10,000 years ago and wiped out 95% of the population. And all these walled cities and stuff just sort of died out and ended up getting buried and covered in ice and glaciers and stuff.
There's a lot of easier ways for that to happen too, because like you build your civilization, but 10,000 years ago, your civilization only goes out about 5-10 miles because there aren't that many people. Then if there's one bad drought, you know, there's no food for
there's
a
no
year.
Fridge.
Yeah, everything collapses and it disappears. You don't need like an enormous worldwide event. Just like, but sorry, man, climate's really shitty in your area, and you've got no backup. Yeah,
like he's saying, it doesn't make sense that people would have come all the way from Africa across the land bridge through Alaska, all of America, and not build a city till they got to Machu Picchu.
Right.
You know, that's sort of ridiculous. That they would. That there's. He says these cities are all over the country, all over the world, but no one's found them yet because he hasn't sold his show to go look for them.
I can help him with that. I totally know someone in development that would totally get into that. They work with Discovery and History Channel.
Well, I think the trouble. I think he sold his option to somebody, and they took a weird approach, and they'll only, you know, like Science Channel only wants to buy it if he has like ancient aliens in it, which is he's not copping to that, you know.
Right.
But it's but that's what I'm saying. It's like shit happens, you know. but we're toughing it out now.
for as long as that lasts.
I don't believe in the zombie apocalypse. I think that's.
No, we wouldn't be that lucky.
But I think it's because that'd be awesome. You think that'd be cool?
I could totally do that. Well, Chan and I.
Not everybody will have chainsaws.
Chainsaws is a stupid move. It's too noisy. I was saying, can you pass me my backpack? I need to plug my phone in. So go around.
So what do the signs say? It says sea turtles.
Yeah,
the NSA could afford it. Well, they do already.
Yeah, sure. And then the sixth day. Oh, well, I missed the one that said
Looney Tunes.
Professor Puppet brought me here.
Hey, all right.
It's good.
I made a video today with Professor Puppet talking about this. Basically,
awesome.
I get a commercial for it. Got like 15 views. So.
Yeah.
So that's not a high conversion rate, but you know.
Oh my God.
Careful.
Suck. If I can make more noise.
Are you trying to charge your phone there?
Yeah, that's the secret drug stash.
Trying to charge my meth.
I don't think you know how meth works.
I'll ask Tadpole.
Lol. Someone lolled. That's nice. It's the same person. Marijuana 209.
El marihuana.
So El Marijuana said the sixth day. Is that a apocalypse movie or something? I'm missing that reference.
The sixth.
Isn't it the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Sounds familiar.
Total Recall?
Yes.
No, there's one.
Red
There's a
Planet.
Fidda one about the end, about some end of the world. Is it the sixth day?
Could be.
I don't know.
We'll wait for him to answer.
Refresh, would you?
It's now your show. Oh, that's right. You probably have.
Yeah, we have computers and phones, and we can look it up on IMDb, but we're too lazy.
Not gonna happen.
Well, it does make for good television. They're not even talking. You know, we have our staff. Our staff backstage is looking these stuff up, and they'll run out. With
Our staff appears to be a puppet.
Yes.
Well, he's not your staff. He's, you know.
Then we have no staff.
We're up to 7.
We have 0 staff.
That's all right.
You should have actually signed him in at the front to get his own little badge.
You know what? I got here so late that I was like racing, and then I saw a friend of mine who was auditioning out here, and she started talking. I'm like, I can't. I'm half an hour late.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was, you know.
What do you know what they're doing up front?
I don't know. I saw Andre, the black nerd of comedy, out there.
Yeah, he's just here hanging out.
He does some
Yeah,
stuff here.
the music thing appears to be over.
But they were doing
What was
auditions
it?
in the stage over here.
It's some kind of music promo. I saw Lindsey Sterling and
Yeah, I saw
Tyler
her.
Ward. Kurt Hugo Snyder was here.
Okay. Huh.
So they were doing something. I saw Lindsay yesterday. She was doing all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
they're doing some
Here
like
a
massive
bunch.
music promo.
So
We're not important enough to know about
Is that a
these
question?
things
yeah,
yet.
no, this may be about the 6th day. I don't know. El Merjana says, like the layer of iridium that the Earth has. Oh, it's too small.
There's a
And
layer of iridium
theory-
that coincides with the dinosaurs' extinction that probably came with that meteor that hit the Earth that fucked them all over.
That happened on the 6th day.
lube. Chiclet.
What are you doing?
Lube.
What is it you're doing?
The crater that was the result of the meteor that most likely destroyed.
It's called
The
Chicle.
dinosaurs.
It's in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's
Oh.
it's spelled CHI something something. There's an X in there, and far too few vowels for me to be able to fit into my mouth comfortably.
So call it by its proper
Is it
name,
the Gulf of
goat
Mexico?
eater.
The goat, really?
Is the whole Gulf of Mexico like the crater of it?
No, not the entire Gulf, but there's an enormous outline
Mm-hmm.
down near. I want to say the Yucatan Peninsula.
I want to say Machu Picchu just because it's
Cancun.
fun.
Machu Picchu.
Cancun.
Cancun, that's where Mexico goes like
Cancun.
that. Boop. You know, Cancun was built by a bunch of like French real estate people just to have resorts on. There was no town there. There was no Mexican lifestyle there at all. It's just it pokes up like that, and someone figured you could fly there really easily from Europe or from New York. And let's build a bunch of hotels here and have wet T-shirt contests.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, the French.
Ah, the French. God love them.
That's what they do.
Ah oui. 6th day, something else. Yup.
6th day. Oh, Arnold is cloned, and his clone does bad stuff that Arnold gets blamed for.
Like a friend of mine shot second unit on that movie. My friend Roy.
There you
Unger.
go. If you get in trouble for being here, just blame your clone.
Okay.
And then El Marijuana says it's the one where I guess people get cloned and they have it moved. Your mind
of
backed
Days.
up
That's
on
the Arnold
hard
movie, yeah.
drives.
I remember that.
Thank
one.
you.
Days
That's
was
awful.
okay. Yeah.
De Clida. What's it? I can't read that well.
Declyde, I
You make
believe.
you could zoom in on that.
I'm going to say Declyde. Yeah, we should. I wish that was bigger, but we couldn't make that one bigger without that screen getting bigger, and I didn't want to mess things up for Denny.
Sure you can. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We could have. If we
Get a
opened that up in
question.
different browser.
These are
I'm looking up a
questions.
question. Guys who are actually talking to us in the comments, if you have a question that you want advice on, type that next. And then, wait a second.
Advice
All right, let me look
from
up
the
another
beard guys.
Hey, did you say weird or beard?
Beard. We all got
Yeah, we
beards.
do all have beard.
You know, I thought of a Venn diagram that I thought was kind of inspired of people with mustaches and people with beards, and pretty much it overlaps because most people have both. But a lot just have a mustache. That's a bigger like slice on top.
Yeah.
And then a little bit at the bottom is people with just beards, like you. And if you draw that Venn diagram, it looks kind of
Looks
like
like
a
a
Fu
beard.
Manchu mustache and a little beard on the bottom.
Right.
Whoa.
That's right, huh?
Form follows function.
God
Just make
damn
that
right.
bigger.
Crazy.
Mind blown. It sounds better when you describe it than you actually do it. I tried to draw it for an hour yesterday. It looked like shit. So maybe a smarter cartoonist can figure out a better way to make that brilliant Venn diagram.
Or just Photoshop it and make it 3D, and you
Yeah.
get the right angle.
Okay.
It'll look perfect.
How do you make a 3D Venn diagram?
You'll figure out a way.
Donuts.
In the singularity.
Yes.
Donuts.
Donuts?
Yeah. You just jam a donut on top of another donut. You eat away the part that you need to. It's perfect.
Donuts are toroid shaped. They're not
Pies?
spherical.
Does it have to be sphericalness?
Well, you don't know. It would be a
Circle
sphere.
good
It's like
enough? I mean,
two
it's two-
flat circles. you
Yeah,
know?
it's
No, but if it's in 3
It's
dimensions,
like a circle and then an oval like
you don't
that.
need
So
it
it's
to-
like a beard and then the Fu Manchu mustache. You know?
All right. I'm gonna just do a little of this.
If we had a
and then-
whiteboard here, I could demonstrate the whole thing.
Oh
for you.
God.
Is it? Can you make a Venn diagram with triangles?
Make with
instead of
anything you
circles?
want.
I've never seen it.
It's usually circles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start making them with hexagons because fuck circles.
Fuck circles.
Fuck.
Circles.
That-
We've been a
nope.
slave to circles for too long.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This got weird. Oh boy. What's
Hey, we have a new
that?
person asking things.
Bringing the hammer down on the
El Raver
circle industrial complex.
Star Trekky, and I like that phrase.
is a Star Trekian or a Kurosawian future.
Kurzweilian.
Kurzweilian.
Yeah, we were just talking about Ray Kurzweil just now.
I forgot how to pronounce it. And then parenthetically, hey, Chrome thinks. I can't even see.
I can see
Kurzweilian
it.
is a word.
Kurzweilian is a word.
More likely.
Well, like,
It's Kurzweilian or Star
Star
Trekkian.
Trekian. Well, I think Star Trekian future is almost upon us. At
I
this
think we
point.
can call it Roddenberryan. I think
Rod-
Star Trekian's a little
I mean,
cumbersome.
With the exception of dozens of bipedal alien races, we've almost gotten to technologically.
Well,
a
but the
lot
whole point of
the,
Star Trek is it's a starship, meaning you can go between stars in its course of your daily job.
Mars One is getting ready. We're gonna launch
Yeah, but
that
the
thing.
whole speed of light problem,
Sure.
without the warp drive being
So
invented.
is that the big sticking point?
That's
for
it.
The
You
Star
can't-
Trek future is we have to have the warp drive.
Yeah, I mean teleporters.
yeah.
That seems also
I mean,
impossible. But you know,
Food replicators are almost a thing with 3D printers. We just have to get the feed in to make foods.
Basically, yeah.
Communication devices
Yeah.
are all over the place. We don't
Well,
have
yeah,
teleportation.
but going to planets. The thing is, Star Trek is like silly. I mean, I love Star Trek; it's awesome.
Yeah.
But they go to every planet they go to is one thing.
right.
It's like this planet is all
Ice
Nazis. This
monsters,
planet
yeah,
is all
yeah.
ancient Rome, and this planet. And they land and they talk to the planet government. They talk to the guy who's in charge of the planet. They go get right
Some
in the
guy
door.
with a staff.
And it's not
basically,
even that.
that's
And the
all.
place where he lives is never even that crowded.
Well, actually, we're going to be the nightmare planet that's all Jersey Shore.
The Jersey Shore planet. Yeah.
I mean, in 100 years, it's quite likely that we'll have one world government. So it doesn't make it's not as crazy as it seems.
Yeah, but I kind of feel. But if you go to like Africa versus Australia versus London versus here, it's always going to be unique in all those places, and I can't see that people will be
But
all joined under one bubble.
if
government.
we have teleportation, if you could go to Africa like that, would you?
Sure.
If you could go to Switzerland or China or any of these places instantly, more than likely that you will. And the more that happens, the more people start to learn each other's languages. You sort of meld into one language because, well, I've got to be in Australia tomorrow, so we should just all be speaking the same
Wet
thing.
t-shirt contest.
And basically, wet t-shirt contest figured in because if you get to go to Switzerland and have sex with all these beautiful women, and go to Africa and have sex with all these beautiful women, and go
That
to
is the only reason you're going to be
Tasmania,
teleporting.
why wouldn't we? Technology is used for sex first, and
Sure,
then
no, of
everything
course.
else gets figured out. If you could figure out how to have sex with all that California Girls song, only for the entire world, and you can have sex with anybody you wanted, eventually there's going to be a lot
the
of gray
Ukraine
babies.
girls are
So
cold.
now
Now
you've
you-
figured out the secret behind Elon Musk, the guy who
Yeah.
does
SpaceX,
Tesla, his whole tube system.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
And trying to travel all around the world.
Yeah, for maximum bonage.
Yes.
Why wouldn't
Maximum
we? Why
bonage.
wouldn't we all?
So there was more to his. He broke it into two comments. He continued with, in other words, are we as
Recognizably current
Thank
human
you.
beings likely to explore the universe, or by the time that comes around, will we no longer be recognizable as we are now?
Yeah, we'll be hairless gray things with giant.
No,
hands.
I think we'll all be beautiful
Long
caramel-colored
fingers.
one race Earth people, like
Oh
looks
yeah,
like
there's that.
Barack
there,
Obama.
There
you
was
know?
something that came out that basically said in the next 20 years. Well, yeah, basically.
It's
But the thing is, I don't think that'll even happen. I think there's so much. The world is so big.
Sure.
There's so many billions of people that it's just you can't homogenize it because all these things are going to stay unique in all these different places. You know.
But the
the
average
theory is that if everyone intermixes and everybody starts screwing each other, then we'll all start looking the same.
Yeah.
yeah. And if you go, it probably wouldn't even be that too much farther in the future for that to happen.
It's not.
What's going to happen is if we manage to overcome the laws of physics, find a way to warp space rather than trying to exceed the speed of light, so that we get to these other planets. We can drop off people at these other planets. Those people will start to become their own thing, then that's where you're going to get that differentiation. Everybody's going to be
Then you'll have
beautiful.
your Jersey Shore planet.
Yeah, everybody's going to look like Tiger Woods on Earth.
Right.
And then as they spread out, you're going to get weirdos in different places around the galaxy, and then eventually they may come together into some sort of large galactic congress, and they will look different. But that's also assuming that we get past that those physical laws. We may just end up, like he's saying, the second option is basically we just become computer programs that transfer information to other planets rather than trying to transport.
So I have a question.
So that's
for
like
you.
a cyborg of you, or a surrogate.
digital copy.
Yeah, essentially.
Thumb drive.
Okay, like say we
like
do
thumbs.
make space exploration something, viable where we don't have to be put in, some kind of like long sleep period. So we do have our warp capability and everything. We encounter other alien races. At what point does procreation with another alien race actually become a viable option? Like, how is someone going to be just drunk or horny, or is it going to be tadpole? If it's going to be like the first person that's going to do it with another alien race,
someone going to figure out how to stick their dick in it.
Right.
Well, I
I
think
mean, it
that's-
depends how many boobs and what color they are.
right?
I think it's like, it's DNA. It's like what you can't like as dogs and cats
Can't
evolved
do it.
from the same thing,
Right.
probably,
But they
but they
can't.
still can't make babies together.
Right.
Right.
That's where
Lions
we
and
get
tigers
foxes.
can, but it's it's hard.
Sure. Yeah, there's a separation.
And if you evolved on a whole other planet,
Yeah.
there's no way it's gonna sync up.
It
Well, yeah.
shouldn't.
But that
if
doesn't-
it does,
that-
then doesn't that just open a whole world of like
Doesn't mean you can't just
theoretical?
jerk off on it.
You
or
could do it
to
for
or
fun.
Yeah,
whatever.
well, yeah,
sure.
Yeah, if they
What?
both
Having sex for fun? Perish the thought.
nobody does.
Well, that's
that
like
a thing people do?
Mr. Spock, of course, his mother was from Earth and his father was from Vulcan.
Yeah.
Totally different ancestors.
Right.
Evolved differently.
Shouldn't be possible.
Unless the mythology of
aliens,
Star
yeah.
Trek is that all these other races that look pretty similar, like Klingons and humans and Andorians and
from
everything,
one-
all came from some common
Right.
ancestor.
Right.
Like Klingons and Romulans supposedly did.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But if we did too, like kind of the
yeah,
what's that Prometheus idea that it all kind of came from the same
it's a
thing.
galactic panspermia. Yeah.
Panspermia.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the name of my band.
Nice. Gross. But
That's the
along
name of
those
things I do
lines,
Saturday nights.
yeah.
Jerk off on the pans.
Well, this is along those lines.
Welcome to beautiful
El
Panspermia.
Marijuana asks.
marijuana.
Yeah, whatever. Any
saw
tips
that one.
for lasting longer in bed? I assume you mean with a partner.
It's like sleeping through the alarm, snooze button.
Yeah, I just really like being asleep. I would turn
Pee
your alarm
before
off.
bed. That way you don't have, it doesn't wake you up having to pee.
Right.
That's
'cause
good.
You only have to
That'll
drink
keep you in
that-
bed longer.
Yeah, if you need to get up in the morning for a battle on the battlefield.
You say 10? We have 10?
10?
Ooh, things you're looking up on the docs.
15 more and we bring out the puppet. Whatever that means.
The correct answer to that
the
is
meat puppet.
ew.
No, that was 10,000.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that's those.
Male Kegels. Kegels?
Oh,
Kegels.
yeah.
I don't think that's the answer.
Yeah, it is because you exercise. I
I'm doing
believe
them
I've
now.
heard
I was
that
just going to say.
what you're supposed to do is every time you pee, you pee and then stop it.
Please. I heard about
Pee,
this.
stop and do it 10 times every time you pee, just
Really?
to work on those muscles, so that when the
Yeah.
time comes around, you're doing the thing, and then I
Gotta
feel
clamp
it's time.
down.
Is
Hold
that
it
what
in.
so I would think that clench, that Kegel clench, would just be to keep you more erect longer,
It might have a bonus
which is
with
also
that.
a very valuable thing.
There are
nowadays.
special rings that you can buy that do that. I've
You
never
have to go to the
tried
fire
that.
department to get them taken off sometimes, though. So
Is that a thing? I got that stuck. I shouldn't have used the Allen key on it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's because that's it's bad. The cock,
be-
you're talking about the cock rings. You're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, the cock rings. I believe we've had a question along these lines, and if Tweety were here, I'm pretty positive his answer was you jerk off first.
Help us out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tweety,
What
isn't that
would
your
Tweety
answer?
say?
Well, you always jerk off first.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Why is that even a
Why
thing?
prolong the agony?
Well, yeah, but that's the idea. It's like if you know, this is the true thing. If you know you're going to be making love to somebody for the first time, later in the
Just
day.
for the first time. Okay.
Well, because you never know how it's going to go the first time.
You got to make a good first impression. It's like you dress up very nice for a job interview.
Oh, I'm
you
all
don't,
dressed
you don't
up.
necessarily
Better jerk
go
off before I go to
No, that's
get
a
this
pro tip.
Starbucks
You
job.
want to jerk off before you get dressed up.
Yes.
Don't Ben Stiller it.
Oh, I totally forgot to do this. I have my job interview in 10
God damn it.
minutes.
Okay.
Do you have a restroom here?
Yeah, that's could be a human resources problem. Yeah. But no, it's like it is conscientious to like actually clear the pipes and make sure you're not just a hair trigger when you're gonna
Sure.
you have a hot date. You know,
Yeah. I mean, don't
But-
do it like the minute before.
give yourself some refractory
You're going to
period.
need a nap.
But though, you know, the other thing is, I did a show with Professor Puppet called Hans on Sex. We just took sex questions. I did like 38 episodes about it. That was pretty much the only question.
Do you have him
How
do
less
Kegels?
What's it?
Do you have him do Kegels?
No, that's a good tip though.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. No, women. I had for the women. I heard about that. But it's go ahead. Is do it twice. That's the way to last longer in bed. Like if you go once, just go again.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
just
and be
jump
okay
right
with
back on
it and talk
Yeah,
about it. That's the whole point of good sex is talking about it. Mm-hmm. You know, and communicating and not beating yourself up. You know, because it was too short.
Yeah, but he just wanted advice to last longer. He didn't say anything about the sex being good.
To last
Oh,
longer.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a cream you can get that'll numb it a little
You
bit.
could just take Viagra and it'll suck. You won't be happy, but it'll still be
Oh,
hard.
sure.
Your penis will become a
that'll-
blunt
that'll-
instrument after a while.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Viagra would work, but also you don't want to do too much of that because it's been linked
Oh,
to
well, no.
hearing loss.
Well, you
should
can
do
you
it
can
at
do
all.
the
Yeah.
natural, the so-called natural versions. There's this fungus that
Cocaine.
grows out of a certain caterpillar's head.
None
in
of the
the-
things you're
idea.
saying
in the,
make sense
in the
now.
Himalayas.
No.
That's
Thank you,
known
no.
as mountain Viagra. That
Mountain
supposedly
Viagra?
it's quite expensive. A little box
I've
costs.
come for your penis, caterpillar.
It's made of rhinoceros horn and
No, they sell them in Chinese drugstores. It's like $3,500 for a
Yeah,
tiny
of
little
course it
box.
is.
Yeah.
so
Chinese.
why not just go for the
Chinese
Viagra?
medicine
It's
is.
a hundredth the price.
Yeah, it's only $10 a pill.
How much is a Viagra? I never
$10 a pill?
$10.
At least it was 6 years ago when I learned that.
When
math.
you.
When I heard
what?
that time
When
from
you
that
what?
guy,
learned
it's all-
that math. I don't know, it was
Now
in
you know
movies or
how
something.
like certain things, like an allergy pill used to be $1 a piece, but
Sure.
you can go to Costco and buy a generic. You can get like, 500 pills for like $10. Have they done that with Viagra yet? Like gone generic?
It's cost grow. Great.
Yeah, something like that.
Ba-dum-bum.
Maybe I don't know. Probably not, because at this point, all those things are so trademarked and patented.
that's still-
that
that's
they,
still- that hasn't
they'll
gone
probably
generic
fall
yet,
under
I don't
that. Yeah, probably haven't released that.
Boner
license.
pills. There are other ones like Cialis and stuff. There's
I-
competitors.
At the very top, he had said something like, "What the fuck?" That's not what I meant, but I assume that's about what we were when we were talking about the sleeping longer aspect of it. I don't
Okay,
know,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not. Scroll back down. We'll move on to the next thing. We got a whole bunch of comments at once. I want to get to that Hitchhiker's Guide one, whatever that is.
Hitchhiker's Guide. What?
Yeah, I don't know. DeClyde says, so if you can have a love triangle, can you also have a love circle?
I had one earlier today.
Gross.
Gross.
Well,
yeah,
it's
pretty- yeah,
called
yeah.
a circle jerk.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
That's
Moving
not what I
on.
meant. I think they're making it big.
Yeah. Practical folks. Hey, it's Comediocracy.
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't say Comediocracy.
But
I
it's
guess-
not like they're.
No, do they still own their own name? Okay, practical
just give
folks, very funny
Fiverr?
sketch comedy guys. Fiber internet, because we're down at the Google.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
YouTube space. This
Are we
should all
streaming?
be-
Can we move
it's all-
fast?
It's all
and there's
fiber.
the
right?
latency on the.
Is this Google Fiber? Is that right? Probably.
I think they're actually on like
Not.
Verizon Fios,
Lame.
but it's just as fast as fiber.
We should get those guys down here. If you're listening now, go to their YouTube page, Practical Folks. Very funny.
Yeah, you can find a lot of their videos aside from on their thing on our Vids Gone Wild Tumblr.
Oh,
We have a bunch of those.
I see
Although
this guy
those
says
are
that
under
the
their
Star
old
Trek
accounts.
planets were all created by the Hitchhiker's Guide Planet Factory, custom made for the rich.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what the Hitchhiker's
Magrathea.
Guide is.
Magrathea,
Yes,
that's right. With
Magrathea.
what's the guy's name?
Slaughter
Slaughter Fast.
Slaughter Fast.
Slaughter best name ever.
I have no idea what James. I assume it's James who's taking over that account right now is talking about anymore. What BMIs? Is this an alien reference?
Body mass index.
I
I
feel
think he's
like
saying you're putting on weight.
I'm moving my mic, so
Look
I
at that.
apologize for anything that happens at this point. It just feels like it's just pointing down too much. Intergalactic race of mules, not in the drug smuggling sense of the word. Is that because we all interbreed to the one thing? Is that what that reference was? Okay.
Well, that's like carry your consciousness to the stars.
El Raver says, hey, the first alien to have sex with a human could be a dude with a proboscis or some crazy shit. Sure.
Would that be so wrong?
Desperate girls out there who had to recently break up with people on Valentine's Day because,
we're too cheap.
Yeah,
I bet there's some real fan fiction about that.
There's
there
an entire
is so much
genre of
fucking
animation
fan
for
fiction.
that.
Yeah.
Of like being fucked by aliens, being romanced by aliens.
Tentacles and stuff. Oh, even that, yeah.
Sure,
on Amazon, there's a bunch. There's an entire genre of
dinosaurs.
I heard about that.
Animals, aliens.
Yeah, zombies.
It's porn for ladies.
Porn for
who
ladies.
Want to have sex with things.
Yeah,
like fetishizing
things.
velociraptors
Into
and
it.
things.
Yeah.
that there's one lady who does just sex with dinosaurs and has done like 5 or 6.
She's like
different
making
dinosaurs.
bank on that stuff too. 'Cause
Yeah, it's crazy.
She cranks them out.
How much less realistic is that than the porn that you
Vampires?
get coming out of Van Nuys? The women who are in those films do not represent
No, but they
normal human
exist.
beings.
It's a physical possibility. They clearly are having sex.
Yeah,
they're legitimately real in the real world. You know?
But it's fantastical.
parts
That is
line
not
up.
how women act
Well-
during sex. So
No.
why not a dinosaur?
a couple of reasons.
There's one big reason I can think of.
Why is that?
Their brains are so small.
I would argue that many of the people who make
no.
you know what?
Nice.
I have friends who are in the industry, so I'm not going to make a blanket statement. But
Are they good friends?
I have run across people who
Do any of
have
them
brains
need
in their
that?
butts. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Do any
Like,
of them have
right.
that second brain just so
Yeah.
other body parts can move?
That one, probably.
Because in a real porn star, if you touch the clitoris, it takes like 30 seconds for the message to get all the way to the brain.
Yeah, so you
they-
need that
they
backup
have
one,
the
just
second
like,
one.
like, oh, okay, cool.
That fills the gap. That's good. Okay, I get it. Evolution.
Yes.
Ask for it by name.
Nope.
Good heavens.
We only have 5 minutes left.
Really?
All right, look, we got
Are we
our
doing 2 episodes?
WWTS. What would Tyrannosaurus sex do? I don't know.
What would taco
sound?
sound?
Google Fiber sounds like a breakfast cereal.
So if one
Longest time-
significant other, I'm going to say other instead of over, is away for Valentine's Day, what's the recommendation? Just ignore it completely or reschedule for later?
Pick up the phone.
No. Google Hangout and make sure it's public. Do the Hangouts on air and let it hang out on air.
Sam?
So I'm here right now, and my wife is at home, hopefully watching this show, because I love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Amanda.
Oh,
Well, if you love her, you wouldn't make her watch this garbage.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not really safe for the kids either.
We
probably.
have made a plan to reschedule Valentine's Day to a different day, at which point we will have an official date.
Unless there's a class.
Unless I have to
there
take
and, like,
class
you got
or
to do
something.
some streaming.
No.
Because we're thinking of shooting down here on that day, whatever that day is. So
No, it's not. We're not
You
going to be
sure?
shooting down here on that day. We already have a
I don't know.
babysitter
It's
set
gonna be
up.
pretty
Just it's Valentine's Day.
Date night.
Don't take it too seriously.
So, as a married, do you have date night scheduled?
we do have a scheduled date night.
How often is it?
Not that often, like once a month.
It's better than nothing. So I was married for 14 years.
Yeah.
We did not have a scheduled date night. I recommend having
We
a scheduled
haven't
date
really
night.
had it implemented much. We're
Well,
just trying to get it down.
Get it on the calendar and really, even if you just like stay home and watch Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
I mean we have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's more of our normal routine.
But you got to get away from the kid
Yeah.
and hopefully out of the house.
Yes.
Because that's just, that's the one actual good piece of advice I could give people is
No, that is actually
keep your marriage
legitimately good
lively.
advice.
Pay attention to what they say, because as soon as you have kids, you're probably going to have another one before you
Oh,
know
sure,
it.
Yeah.
Everything becomes about them, and you lose total track of each other.
Sure.
Unless you're talking about the kids
And yourself, really.
and yourself. No, you don't actually, because if you're
Really?
you're a creative person, you work in
Right.
showbiz. Your wife probably doesn't work in showbiz, probably has a straight job.
No, she's a preschool teacher.
See,
Yeah.
so what happens is we do our kind of semi-employed shit and be funny and go,
Yeah.
and we have to go to meetings. And we end up going to things like this and leaving the house and leaving them home alone while you go to some screening or some party or whatever while they're home. Like, oh, it's fine. I don't care. I'm fine at home. And you kind of spread apart.
Right.
Like that. That's why the date night is absolutely crucial.
Yeah. Well, because also
Trying to get all
she's got
serious
that
and
all
real.
that home time, and
Huh?
I get to escape, and she doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, it is important.
And the thing, and because women will get really mad and not tell you, and they will run the entire both sides of the whole conversation in their head before even bringing it up, and they've had a whole fight with you without you even knowing it.
How did I fare in that? Was it?
You lost.
Yeah.
Did I make any good points?
And when they do bring it up, then they've already had several fights with you that you don't know about.
Yeah, it's already
And
too
so by
late.
the time you hear about it, it's the last straw.
Oh, sure. It's way too late at that point.
So keep the lines of communication open.
Do we have stuff that's
Dr.
not showing
Phil.
up in the comment section? Is that what was all right.
Google chat
You
with
want to
her.
refresh that page? Yeah. See if it-
Refresh
see if it
the
comes
big
up.
screen there.
Oh.
That is on
Oh,
wheels.
yeah,
You can
there
drag
you
it
go.
closer.
So let's go.
Chet
Okay.
Fu.
Hello,
He's often the same
Marijuana
guy.
Says, oh yeah, props to Jeff Fu for doing the Carolina Reaper Challenge. What is that one?
Oh, that was. You remember the thing I told you about the pepper video
Yeah.
with La Phoenix?
Okay.
And then I came over here and my insides were cramping up
Yeah,
like crazy.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that was what
Okay.
he was talking about.
Gotcha. That shit was awesome.
That stuff was not awesome. That
Please.
stuff hurt like hell.
Explain if you can remember it. You
I'm
should-
just trying to block that out of my memory. I'm sure I'm gonna have to try another pepper that's even hotter.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
How long did it take?
What do
How
you
long
mean?
did for the damage to go away? Like, was it like a couple
so-
days, or was it just like 12 hours? And you're
just
No,
to-
it was many days.
Just to be clear, that didn't stay down.
I didn't throw it up.
Oh.
But
that would be
I
the
kept-
worst because
yeah.
it would then come. You would go down. It would hurt going down. It would hurt coming back up.
How was it going all the way through?
It went all the way through. It was bad.
You think that was better than it coming back up?
It probably feels like you're getting raped and pepper sprayed in a prison.
It's just reloading
All at the
all
same
of the
time.
comments now.
So this is what your show is about? This sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, we should wrap things up. Before we go, whip out the puppet. Let's meet Professor Puppet.
The shot has to be the right shot. You know what I mean? You can't. It's just, and then the mic's got to be in the right place, and it's a whole thing, man.
Hello. Just do that, no? Just with the hand.
It's-
Okay, don't.
you know,
won't-
That is
there is a
offensive, sir.
picture.
No, no.
I
You
stuck
could-
a
you could
performance
see-
picture on my
anxiety.
Sam,
Instagram.
you could theoretically pan around and see him over there, but you'd have to set up where the mic is and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because the frame has really got to be a certain shot. Like when you have like the multicams and you're switching and you can
Right,
go back
sure.
and forth.
Yeah.
then you could like go to it. You know?
Sure. Yeah, we'll get there.
Like
in
this giant
another 2
shot.
years.
He's this big. You know? Huh?
I said we'll get there in another 2 years. No, hopefully.
You'll have access to the control
stuff.
room by that time.
I better. But I'm talking to other places at this point. All right, but you can find Professor Puppet at youtube.com/Professor Puppet.
Correct.
Or Mark W. Gray.
At MW Gray.
The MW Gray, right? And also Rocket Pictures, right?
And Rocket Pictures is my Twitter, at Rocket Pictures.
Right. And Jeff Fu at Wreckless Eating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just type in like vomit alert and any
Why
one of
would you
all
type
of our
that
videos
in?
would come up.
Wow. I hope never to have
It's
those
weird
words
because the
associated with my online
anything
presence.
that's not yours will then just be me. And I'm going to just start titling all of my videos Vomit Alert.
I'm gonna try that and see if it works.
Robert Jed, you can find here and on Science Jerks and on my channel for the weird news and other stuff. Anything else you want to put out there, Jed?
999 RPMs
That's right, on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm
I'm
SamProof.
funny.
And you guys, your Twitter is Mark W.
Rocket
Gray?
Pictures.
Oh, Rocket Pictures. That's right.
Also Professor Puppet, but I've only done like 12 tweets. So
Yeah. Do you do more on your normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocket
Cool,
Pictures.
guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week at 6:30, which is our regularly scheduled time. We were early this week, so I could get out of here and actually go do stuff with my wife. Even though that's
Next week we'll have alcohol.
Well, the happy hour next week.
Oh yeah, next week we'll have alcohol.
Yeah.
and
That
happy
doesn't
hour.
work out well.
I don't
That
know
always
who
works
our
out well.
guest is offhand for next week because I've forgotten their name. Someone I don't know that hit me up. Lou, I believe, from Chris and Lou.
Not the Lou from our lab.
No, not Lou
Okay.
from my roommate.
Not
who I
Lou
will get-
Ferrigno, the Hulk.
Yeah,
Not Lou Costello.
It's gonna be a great show.
Hey, up, bud.
All right. Hit us up on Asking for a Friend Show on Facebook or AskingForAFriendShow.com.
AFAF show.
It's AFAF Show on Facebook?
Oh, no, on Facebook.
On Twitter, it's AFAF Show. Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week. Yay, things. Hit that.